fuck happened with that? Couldn't access. Really? Couldn't access stream channel. Really? That's fucking crazy. That's bullshit. Let me see something. I'll be back, y'all. Do 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 do. All right. Now let's get back into it. A, a. Damn. All right. The Dr. Disrespect situation. All right, it's your boy Fat Man. I have an entire tab open to every single thing talking about Dr. Disrespect. And if some of y'all don't know who Dr. Disrespect is, all right, now you know. Basically, a famous gamer, streamer, and he's been taking some L's, and this is the biggest one ever. Talking about this situation doesn't really help because I don't know the whole lot about the situation either. I'm knowing about it now because I'm diving into the shit. Let me check, see if my volume's fine. There we go. So, all right, I'm streaming on YouTube and Instagram because I don't think Twitch allows me. Twitch is, I don't know, I really get no growth on Twitch. Not really feeling it right now. So, we're starting this off with Abba and Preach. Shout out to Abba and Preach. There's a lot of Dr. Disrespect information here, and most of it's from Twitter. So I made sure to go through this thoroughly and talk about this. The situation at this point has gotten very, very critical. Dr. Disrespect has been talking to what everyone believes is a minor, and he's come out and stated that he's been talking to a underage individual. And not sure of the circumstances of talking or said conversations. But, things can get kind of weird because he admitted to talking to said kid. I'm not sure how he was going to do this or what was going to happen, but I think he did it as a ploy to get ahead of all the bullshit. Now, you could take this as oh, well, he shouldn't have been doing that, but he did it. He got ahead of the situation. He talked about it. Even if he shouldn't have or shouldn't, he did, and now he's being canceled. So, if you're joining and you love gaming, you like Twitch, and you fuck around, and you're going to find out, I'm going to stick around, and I'm going to talk about this. So, I don't know how to do this, but I'm definitely going to. Yo, man. Yo, he was talking to a minor, bro. I don't even know how to answer these type of questions in my mind. Oh man, because he's getting dragged, and he's been dropped from a lot of shit too. So, woo! All right, all right, all right, all right. Shout out to YouTube with the energy and the love. Shouts to anybody joining the chat, and if you don't join me, I love y'all anyway. All right, let's get it. Abba and Preach. We start off with the first video. Starting off with Abba, and here we, Mr. Abba Zaba, Zaba Zulu, the third, Shaka Khan. Here we go. Oh shit, is this, fuck, are you kidding me? I'm trying to see if this shit is reading and getting the fucking, nah, it's not getting the sound. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. It's like it's super fucking low. What happened? Shit's killing me. I gotta check my settings. Hold on, y'all. I don't really like when that shit just happens, but okay. Because this shit be fucking around with me too many times. Nah, that's in my headphones. Where is my sound quality? Yo, what the fuck happened to my shit? My shit ain't popping up. My device ain't popping up. What's going on with this shit? I got my speakers right here, but the sound isn't sounding. Let me see something here. Yo, my shit ain't moving. Oh, man. Technical difficulties on my dick, bro. Fuck. Shit, something happened. I gotta find out what's going on with my settings. Fuck, OBS audio. There it is, motherfucker. Desktop speakers. Damn, son, you really got me fucked up out here. Thank you. Fucking ass. Alright. That's what I was talking about. Let me see.
And back in...
There we go. There we fucking go. My shit's ready. Alright, alright. Technical difficulties. I fucking hate that. I have to go through all this bullshit. What up, y'all? All y'all may have left. I like how everybody joined and then they fucking jumped out like a bunch of bitches. It's fucking annoys me. This annoys me. Yo, look. None of you are here and I can't see anybody. I like all the people that joined on Instagram. It says join, join, join. I love that, right? Where's my phone? I'm gonna be that one motherfucker that says this and probably says this to Instagram. This is easier for me to do this right now. I'm gonna do this real quick because I'm gonna just be real with y'all. I'm gonna be real with everybody. All right. So all the 4 people that joined, right? Actually, my bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that joined and them niggas ain't here. Shouts to all of y'all. I love y'all. But for real, y'all niggas getting zero support from me in the future. What's going on with that? 4 people that joined. I'm be real with y'all. Instagram sucks, but like at least show a nigga some love. Damn. I get no love. That shit hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Shit hurt my feelings in general. Like, that's crazy. I get no love and I start showing everybody else love. That's not about to happen no more. Straight facts. It's not about to happen no more. So Instagram is also booty cheeks. All right. Let me stop bitching about this. Let me get down to the Abba Zabba Zulu shit. Let's go.
Dr. Disrespect was one of the most popular streamers for a very long time. And back in 2020, he was banned from Twitch permanently. And at the time, nobody knew why. They went through legal arbitrations. Dr. Disrespect moved to a different platform. All these things kind of unfolded, but nobody knew the reason for why one of the biggest streamers.
They say he cheated on his wife at TwitchCon with somebody. So that's also like a big reason. But then people are saying, oh, he fucking cheated on his wife, but also was talking to a minor. This is my weird prediction. And you don't gotta quote me on this and do none of that. But my prediction is Dr. Disrespect, and I believe this wholeheartedly. At TwitchCon, hold on. I believe this. Dr. Disrespect he was farming a little kid and manipulating the little kid to tell his friends about his stream to get the little kid streamers. Because this is weird, but when you talk to kids and you like try to be friends with them, they're watching your shit, they're involved in your shit. Why? Because they're the reason you're watching. If you get the little kid viewers, you're gonna get all of the other money and revenue. Am I lying or am I wrong? That's manipulative as fuck if that's true, but this is an idea. Now, I don't think he was that slick with it. I think he was just being cool with some kids and things got a little fucked up, and he probably said some shit because he's a grown-ass man. If he said and disrespected or cursed or came at some kid, I think I found this nigga very fucked up, to be honest. But let's continue. Now, this is an idea. This ain't the truth. This ain't facts. This is an idea I was thinking about. Because I'd be like, imagine this nigga was farming kids. Like, he was talking to kids, farming their views. That'd be fucked up. Or, like, promising them things but not really falling back on it. That'd be pretty fucked up. Now he's a dickhead. He's an asshole. But he ain't no predator. But then he did sleep and fuck around with his wife. So, there's that. Let's continue.
The world was banned. Well, recently, one of the Twitch former employees came out and said, I'm no longer bound by any kind of legal thing, so I can finally say it. Using the Twitch Whispers feature, Dr. Disrespect was messaging a minor inappropriately and had plans to meet up at TwitchCon. And this was corroborated by a few different journalists who had heard of the reason why, but were bound not to say it publicly. Now, very likely...
Now, when I hear something like he was bound to meet up with, he was texting them inappropriately. Sexual? Was he being an asshole, cursing and being a dickhead? Or was he being very inappropriate, crossing a boundary that he shouldn't have? If so, you look very dumb. If he was being a jackass, a fucking dickhead, you're pushing every line in the motherfucking book, but you shouldn't have been out there. You shouldn't have been in that ratio. You shouldn't have been doing that in the first place. That proves you were just like drunk on some fucking high in power. Now, meeting up with said kid at TwitchCon, what was about to happen? Are you going to meet up with them, talk with them, be cool with them, and be an asshole and farm their views? Or are you just going to, whatever inappropriate shit was said, what's about to go down here, right? Now, that is where the line gets drawn for me. There is no excuse for that. There isn't. Depends on the inappropriateness and what's the talk. But cursing at kids is inappropriate. Saying a whole bunch of like slang, being rude as all hell is wrong to kids. The whole entire situation can be seen very bad, depending on what was said in said convos. We don't have said convos. We don't have access to said convos. We don't have access to said conversations. So at this point, I'm screaming at the fucking wall right now. Like, at this point, I ain't got nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what gets me mad. Because I want to know, when you say inappropriate, I think of cursing, being a jackass, being a dick, being a fucking adult with so much force and intent that the kid can't even understand that shit. But then there's difference from being an adult, inappropriate, cursing and being blah, blah, blah to little kids. Especially if you're saying the wrong shit to kids, that whole shit look inappropriate. Because why are you texting and talking to this nigga? Because I can. Unless you're being respectful and cordial, that's fine. There's nothing rude here. But you shouldn't be friends with this kid. Oh yeah, let's meet up at the con, blah, blah, blah. I got kids, I got a wife. But then what's being said behind those conversations is fucked up. Because now he looks like a jackass. But then when I hear inappropriate, now you look like a manipulating dickhead. So let's continue.
There was NDAs that were signed, and generally those have lifespans. A lot of people cannot say things for a certain period of time, and that elapsed. And so people felt the need to say things publicly. A Dr. Disrespect responded 3 times actually. And with each response, the public who were uncertain how to feel about these random allegations, now we're feeling more and more certain that Dr. Disrespect actually did do something inappropriate with a minor. His initial response to the allegations was, I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found and I was paid. Now,
no wrongdoing was found and I was paid. Okay. But this comes to my general collective being, right? When you say no wrongdoing was found, what do you mean? Right? When they said if no wrongdoing was found, you shouldn't have left Twitch. But you did, bigger payday, whatever money, I got paid. Fine. Now, if you said that, that should be it. But that's not it. It's never just what you saying. There's more to that. Let's continue.
Rightly so. A lot of people looked at that and said, if I'm being accused of doing stuff with underage stuff, I would not be with underage people. I would not be saying no wrongdoing was found. I didn't do anything wrong. Nothing illegal. So,
okay, I understand the wording and phrasing here is bad. I did nothing wrong. No wrongdoing was found. I got paid. Nothing illegal happened. That's where the line gets kind of jaded and crossed. That word segment. And we're going to rewind this again. Go back to Abba.
I would not be being accused of doing stuff with underage stuff. I would not be with underage people. I would not be saying no wrongdoing was found.
No wrongdoing was found. In other words, I didn't do anything wrong. There was nothing wrong on my end. I didn't say or do anything crazy. So nothing wrong happened on my end and they couldn't find anything. All right. But something happened. This got brought up to somebody. Somebody was mad at this. So as I read this and I look around, motherfucker, you the problem. You. So if nothing was found, nothing happened, no wrongdoing was on your end, how did we get to this point? Looks kind of crazy. Now, roll it back.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Did he? Did he not? He was talking to a kid. He was messaging them. He was going to meet up with them at TwitchCon. But why do that? And then he cheated on his wife with a 24-year-old chick at TwitchCon. Let's continue.
Nothing illegal. So
nothing illegal happened. I was talking to a kid. I was going to meet up, be friendly, because he's got a kid. He's got a wife now. He's had a kid since then. He has a wife now. So if nothing illegal was going to happen, I could believe that. But then again, nigga, this sounds kind of funny. If you go meet up with a kid, are you also going to film said interaction? How is interaction going to be filmed? Are you going to be like an asshole to the kid? What is the inappropriate stuff? There's a lot of shit that's not adding up. There's a lot of shit that's not adding up. But let's continue. Let's continue.
Even just right there, why don't you just clear up? Listen, I was not talking to a minor, and we were not talking sexually, and nothing was supposed to happen. The fact that he didn't explicitly say that probably gives you the indication that there may have been something.
But then again, if he can't say you can't say that verbiage because you were already talking to somebody. He knows I can't use these verbiage because the internet is going to be like, oh, since you said this and this already, we already believe this and this happened. Like, nigga, please. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of rigmarole bullshit. Who's that? Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
But people still reserve judgment. More information started coming out, and then his gaming company fired him after doing research. And their comment was pretty telling. Midnight Society said, on Friday, we became aware of an allegation against one of our co-founders, Dr. Disrespect. We assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio. As individuals, we need to act. At this point, the studio basically said, we're terminating all of our relationships with Dr. Disrespect.
Okay, now that is telling on their end, because if they terminated the situation and nothing happened, they wouldn't be terminating you. But in reality, this is why companies terminate and step away from their clients. It happens a lot because anything you do and the backlash you do falls on top of me as a company. This is my clothing brand. This is, if you can see it, this is Just a Slice. Let me see the back. This is just a slice. This is my company. If I go into production, full production with my company, and something happens with me or anybody else in my company, I have to distance myself from that person, or my company has to distance itself from me, even though I built it from the ground up. Why? Because the backlash, the words I say, the things I do, it affects the company. It hinders the company. I may be a businessman because I'm a businessman, but in reality, this business can be destroyed just because of how I move and act, things I say and do. It jeopardizes the money. They could have kept their partnership with Dr. Disrespect if they ignored the bullshit and just kept on going. Like, well, this is not our business. But he's the founder, CEO of company. He's the man working with the company. He's going to review all their games and give them a better push. So think about it. Separating myself from him, kind of what companies have to do. They have to do these things. Because if they don't, it's just going to be easy. Nah, did you see his written confession? No, I didn't see his written confession, nigga. That's why we watching all these videos. Stay tuned.
And he will no longer be part of
Actually, his written confession, we just went over his written confession. So technically, yeah, we're going over that right now. So just stay watching.
Going forward. And this was a big shock because people were like, oh, these guys are going behind the scenes and they found enough to fire him. What does this mean? So finally today, Dr. Disrespect responded in a lengthy Twitter post. And I'm going to just pull this up.
All right.
And it reads, Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything I can be upfront about. And I'm willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in the community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society. And we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed.
He admitted he admitted talking to the kid, but other than that, that's kind of like more. There's more there than just admitting to it. He admitted to talking to a kid. Yes, he admitted to talk to a minor, but we're getting there. Pay attention. It's the build-up.
To say anything for this last several years. Now that two former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations,
They kind of did publicly expose the accusations, and they didn't let him come out eventually and say it. So kind of rude on the fact that, nigga, this is my livelihood and my job. But at the same time, if nothing did happen, nobody would have came out and said anything. But they sure you can, this motherfucker. And they clapped his cheeks. Let's go.
I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whispers messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes.
Okay. We're going to rewind that real quick.
With an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes.
Okay. So, Dr. Disrespect was talking to an individual minor in 2017. That's 7 years. Okay, this is 7 years ago. How old is that kid now? I'm sorry. I'm like, wait a minute. So he was talking to a kid 7 years ago? I thought this was recent. All right, personally, he admits it. Yes, he admits talking to some kid. Fine. All right, let's continue.
So he's admitting. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not.
Okay. Real intentions? Fine. So does that mean he was talking to this kid being a jackass? That means he was cursing, using bad language, being a fucking older brother, being a grown-ass dad, saying shit he should have been saying. That's the inappropriate part. So there were no real intentions with the kid. There were no sexual intentions. There was nothing like that. So he just said that. But it's bad enough to be an adult. And now you were talking to the kid, but you were using foul language. You were being rude as shit. You were being too much of an adult. You were spilling shit out of your mouth that you shouldn't have been spilling, and you were friends with said kid in friendly. I don't know if friends is the right word. Friendly with said kid in 2017. Nigga, you was pushing the envelope, stupid. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Get your nigga. Oh shit. You were pushing the envelope too much. Let's continue. That took a lot out of me. Took a lot out of me.
These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate.
Okay, casual and when he's... Ooh, let's get that real quick.
Real intentions behind these messages, the answer is absolutely not.
Okay.
These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate. What
the fuck does that mean? So casual conversations that sometimes leaned into inappropriate. How? As an adult, I know what the fuck I'm capable of doing. I know my words. I know my power, right? I know that kids have zero fucking power and control over me, unless kids are jackasses. Because kids are evil. They are evil little shits. I was a child. I know this. You were a kid. We all know this, that kids are evil. They have no souls. Fuck them. But, some kids. But, you have to remember this. When something skews or teeter-tots on inappropriate, are we talking about language? Are we talking about saying something sexual? Did you say something? Did the kid say something stupid or funny? Did you say something stupid? What the fuck do you talk about teetered into inappropriate? Because the only way that goes there is if you went there. What are we talking about? What are we talking about right now? That's kind of like only you can teeter inappropriately. How the fuck are they teetering inappropriately? Unless he was being a dick and cursing at the kid like he was his father. The kid was a father. That, to me, personally, you a whole jackass. I'm just saying. Exactly. He wouldn't show the messages either. Why did it get inappropriate, and what scale? Exactly. What scale? I still think cursing and being a dick, maybe he was cursing and being too much himself, like being the character and being like, yeah, fuck you, little child. But if he wasn't being like, fuck you, kid, then it's kind of weird. Personally to me. I'm talking on Instagram. Let's go. Let's continue.
But nothing more. Nothing illegal happened.
Nothing illegal.
No pictures were shared.
He said...
No crimes were committed.
Okay.
I never even met the individual. Now,
all right.
We don't know what is being alleged with them talking to each other with this underage person. Some people might have said, like, oh, it could be anything. We don't know if it's sexual. Why would you mention the pictures part? Clearly.
Yeah.
Because
we all know what happens with pedophiles and shit. With actual pedophiles, they're sending nudes, explicit stuff. Pedophiles. If we're talking about pedophiles, we're talking about... Damn, I'm on YouTube and Instagram. If we're talking about bad people, minor touchers, if you're a minor toucher, I'm telling you right now, nigga, you wildin'. If you're touching minors, you're a minor toucher, you're just digging for those mines, you are an asshole. Especially when he said no inappropriate photos were sent. Because we all know it's the age of the internet, 2017. Technology is only getting better and better. So motherfuckers are going to be sending images, sending stuff to other people. You already know you sending a little, you know what I'm saying? It's like, he's being an ass about that. He said nothing was sent just to cover his bases. Because he knows, I ain't sent anything, I ain't doing anything wrong, I ain't wild out. But you still was talking to a kid. Now, the scale of inappropriateness or something teetering on inappropriate, there's the problem. Because people don't like that. But proven guilty into the court of law, I say.
Being alleged here is that something sexually inappropriate was being said, even though he hasn't stated it publicly. Because I think I could imagine from his perspective, he probably feels a tremendous amount of shame with all this being public, and even uttering the word sexual with a minor just sounds crazy. But that's clearly what this is about. Or else you would not have said, no pictures were shared. I never met up. What are the scenario? Would you be having issues sharing pictures with a minor or meeting up with them? It's because
Because that's kind of the thing that happens with these people, with these type of people. If you a schmetophile, it's happening with you. They're meeting up, they're sending photos. We all know the fucking Chris Hansen, the catch a predator. We understand what is going on. So obviously he is letting people know this is what happened. I didn't do this. That's not what happened. That's it. But still, you sit there on the verge of crying, nigga. You know exactly you shouldn't have been talking to this kid. Girl or boy, you should have been more. If he was Dr. Disrespecting character to this kid and just being an asshole, that's kind of funny. To me, that's kind of funny. But in reality, in Darnell's world, you fucked up. Go to jail. Sit in the chair. We need to have a conversation with your bitch ass. Because this is getting bad to the point where now you look like a bad guy. You look like a kid toucher. Come on, bro. Come on.
Because there's some kind of sexual connotation, right?
Copy,
I went through
yeah.
a legal arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case has been resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear. It is not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have been brought against me. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with, and that's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father.
Okay. He said, the nigga just said, that's on me. As an adult, as a husband, as a father, that's on me. I should have never entertained the bullshit. But I did. That's taking responsibility. Regardless if it's... Let me just put my dick on the table. Blah! Regardless if it just came to you now and the whole internet knows, guess what? You have just told the entire internet that you was talking to a fucking minor. Regardless if it wasn't sexual, people are going to label you a pedophile. Doesn't matter if you come out saying, well, nothing happened. That don't matter. You were still talking to a kid. Now... even if you know you did wrong, you fucked up. I move my big dick here. So you have to understand the casualties of getting fucked like this. You know what I'm saying? I just dropped my big dick on this table. Pause. And you have to realize, metaphorically, you have to realize you overstepped the boundary. That happens a lot. Stop overstepping boundaries. But he's taking responsibility because, I put a big dick on it. You have to, because the internet now knows, and now they want to know if you're a schmetophile. And if you're not a schmetophile, cool, but you are taking responsibility because it's been thrown in your face and it's coming back at you at full fucking force and it's ruining your career. So yeah, I'm gonna take that metaphoric dick off the table. That's kind of what's happening. Is he really taking responsibility? Or is he just kind of like, not really. Let's go.
It should not have happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my shit. This was stupid. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no predator or pedo. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me knows where I stand on these things and these types of people. Fuck that. There's a different level of disgust I have, and I hate even hearing about it. Don't be labeling me as the worst with your exaggerations. But I think I've said what I needed to say regarding the ban. That's it. This is why Twitch made the decision in 2020.
Okay.
He says he's going to go on vacation, yada, 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 and he'll be back soon. Okay. Judging by the way...
Saving face or not, he at least came forward to say, yeah, I fucked up. Regardless if it's public, people were talking about it at some point. This was on Reddit at some point. This was in other Twitch chats. Somebody was talking about this. So for him to now come up and say something at this point, I got to say something. At first, he didn't include that the person was a minor. He had to edit this tweet. Yeah, he did edit the tweet. But people were he was kind of like, minor or minor. So I was like, I don't really care. Personally, he edited the tweet. So I don't really care. That's just like, maybe he was kind of like, oh, wait, did I say that right? Does that sound right? You know what I'm saying? You know how when you text and you kind of fuck up, you have to edit something? It happens to me all the time. I have to go back and edit mad shit I say. But it's kind of how he presented it and how he said it. It's how you say something and how it's said and how it looks to other people. So he probably definitely fucked up on how he said it. But let's continue.
These questions were all answered, judging by the fact that they are talking about this pretty consistently. It's pretty clear this is about him saying sexual stuff to young people or to a young person and them wanting to meet up. Now, there's two possibilities here. One, he was going to meet with the minor, and the conversations were inappropriate, but they weren't so inappropriate that it looked like he was actually soliciting a minor for something sexual. It was just
that could be it.
That he was talking sex stuff with them. Okay. In that case, there are no criminal charges to be brought. And Twitch did all it can, which is pretty much get rid of him. And because of the fact that in their contracts, this may not have been a thing that their terms and service really covered properly.
True.
That's why they had to pay things out in full in terms of the contractual obligations.
True.
Option two, there was some level of solicitation that was present. And for whatever reason, Twitch decided not to go to the police with this information and have him charged. Because you cannot have sexual conversations with a minor and then have intentions to meet up with them. And if that's kind of stated explicitly in the conversations that, there's likely some stuff that's going to happen, you're going to jail. There will be criminal charges.
Yeah.
So I think what all this means is, I would say 95%. He was talking to this young person, saying a bunch of stuff that if anyone saw would be like, what the fuck is this? But just because people see that does not mean that's enough for somebody to go to jail. But just because criminal charges can't be brought up against you, it doesn't mean that you weren't doing something that was incredibly inappropriate and worthy of firing. So I think this is where this situation stands. And this is why, listen, in my opinion, you a grown man in your 30s, married, all that stuff. Forget the married part. You
fucked up.
What business do you guys have messaging minors? Talking about sex stuff. I said it before, whether it was the Drake stuff or this shit. It's like, I just don't see a realm in which people are doing this regularly. It's really fucking weird.
True.
And everyone has a right to look at you like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah, Abba got a point. Abba here got a point. It's just because, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Right? Think about that. In the grand scheme of it, if you're going to place yourself in that situation, you put yourself there, you put yourself in that fucking moral quandary, you saying all this stuff, depending on the inappropriateness, you wasn't charged. Legally, you wasn't charged. There was nothing that happened, Twitch paid out, blah, blah, blah. But you were still I have something in my tongue or my mouth, my teeth, something weird. But you said something to this kid. Bordering on meeting up, inappropriate or not, you said something. You fucked up. Personally, go see what happens with that. Honestly, and at first you can say, yeah, he should have never said that, but he did. He opened his yappa and said something stupid. Let's continue.
This is no different from that. Well, I mean, it is different, but... And I don't think anyone's going to be able to convince me otherwise. And if you're a grown man watching, grown woman watching, you guys need to stop having these weird conversations with minors. Just because it's online does not mean that they're your friend. And it does not mean that the fact that they're a minor just disappears. Like the things I see people say in a Discord to underage people, I ban people in Discord all the time because I see people talking weird stuff around. First off, minors are not even allowed in the Discord. But if it's found that someone is and people are having weird conversations, the minor's banned and the older person's banned. The minor's banned because, bitch, go home, stupid.
Yeah.
And the older person's banned because what the fuck are you doing? But people online are really disgusting.
I'm like, it was 2017. So even if the 2017, right? We don't know the age. We don't know how old they were as 2017. Let's see, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. It's been 7 years, right? So let's say they were a minor, but they were going to TwitchCon. He was going to meet up with them. So they had to be 13. They had to be 12, 10. They had to be at some age to go to TwitchCon to buy a ticket to TwitchCon. So you're at some level at a certain age. 7 years ago, that kid is now a teenager or maybe in their 20s. Who fucking knows? So you know what I'm saying? If they came forward, would they even have access to that chat? Would they have access to those old messages? If not, those shits were all deleted because you can delete from Twitch. I mean, from Discord. So let's move forward.
They be saying weird shit around young people. I don't get it. So I think this is where I kind of stand on this. It seems like the ban was merited. I think if I was running a platform and I found out my largest creator was doing this, I'd want to get rid of them. I'm not a fan of Twitch, but I mean, this is one situation where I probably would back them. And yeah. Hey, listen, man. This year's been crazy when it comes to the fucking underage stuff. Holy shit. I think that's good career advice. Stay away from kids. Good Lord. Jobby. He's a grown he should know better.
He should.
But maybe you guys have alternate theories as to why. But in my opinion, I think this one's pretty clear cut. I don't think there's too much wiggle room out of this. So, yeah.
Shout outs to Abba. We're going to move on to, I believe it's Jamari. Shout outs to Jamari. He's a good content creator. He's got over 1.27 million views. Subscribers. Let's get it. Dr. Disrespect. The end of Dr. Disrespect. Now, for everything updating this and getting to all of the bullshit, I have to say this one thing. We don't know what was said. We can only speculate to what was said. When he says teetered on inappropriate, there's a whole speculation of what that could be. Now, is he a pedophile? I don't know. He's an asshole. He's a dickhead. But that means he was teetering. That means he was maneuvering in a very sadistic way. Now, can I admit and say this nigga's a schmedophile? Listen, personally, it's not my bag. But let's continue with Jamari.
So there was a streamer out there who goes by the name Dr. Disrespect. He first began his career online almost 15 years ago, making Call of Duty commentary and other gaming videos.
Look at this guy running down the middle of the street. You think he's smart? He's not smart. In fact, his brother isn't smart either.
From the start, people really loved both him and this persona that he put on. This was still a very primitive time for the platform as a whole, but Doc was one of those early YouTubers who really saw the bigger picture and the massive gains which could come from thinking more like a businessman.
So damn entertaining. Can we coin your signature dance move as the Slick Daddy Slide? Ooh. Yes.
And over the next half-decade, he would grind out YouTube.
You know what's bad? I never watched Dr. Disrespect, but I always seen this man's clips. And his nigga was funny. And just sitting there and seeing that, he was like, he was funny. Like, you can never get that's entertainment, right? And I know I'm supposed to be called Fat Man Entertainment, like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not that entertaining like that. That's funny to me, personally. And I never sat down and watched this nigga stream. But dude had moments. He's got clips. He's got moments. What's sad about it is they cut him. Like, you know what I mean? And now it's like you're getting dragged into the mud. Like, boyo, you should have fixed your whole life. Like, damn.
And he even got some opportunities to work directly in the development of a couple of AAA titles at the time. But it was not until 2015 when he would start streaming on Justin TV, now known as Twitch, and he quickly began to dominate the site.
Game! This game is a joke! It's a shotgun blast right here!
By 2018, Doc was breaking records and signing massive deals with some major brands. It was beyond clear that streaming and this persona that he had created was like a match made in heaven, and this all resulted in him becoming one of the most popular people on Twitch, period. So everything was going great for Doc.
Damn.
Yes, he had a few bumps in the road, like when he cheated on his wife and then cried on stream about it.
As you guys know, I have a beautiful family and a wife and kid. I want to be transparent that I've been unfaithful, and I'm probably going to be taking some time away, time off.
Yeah, nigga said he would get therapy for that shit. And couples counseling.
And of course, there was also the time he got a temporary ban on Twitch for streaming in the restroom at E3. But overall, he was still in completely over his head with success and an abundance of opportunity. But then on June 26 of 2020, exactly 4 years ago to this day, things would change drastically as seemingly out of nowhere Doc would get banned.
Ascension WoW is a
God damn, I hate people. No.
Official statement on drastically as seemingly out of nowhere Doc would get banned. Twitch's official statement on the ban would read, "As is our process, we take appropriate action when we have evidence that a streamer has acted in violation of our community guidelines or terms of service. These apply to all streamers regardless of status or prominence in the community, with Discord also removing him from their partner program." Now immediately Doc would claim that he had no idea why he was banned from Twitch, also stating that his contracts were still in good standing. From here he would begin to stream on YouTube, and in August of 2021 he would announce that he knew the reason for his banning and would be suing Twitch.
But a lot of people ask me, do you know the reason? Yeah, I do know the reason why now. I've known for months now the reason why. And I'll just say this right now, champs. There's a reason why we're suing the out of them. Okay?
By March of the next year, it would be revealed that they had resolved this legal dispute and that he would not be returning to the platform. So the speculation and growing anger towards Twitch's decision really only grew in the eyes of the general public. But here's where things get really interesting. Because for the past 4 years since his banning, Doc has retained the position that it was unjust and that it really affected his career and potential to make money in a massive way.
I'm like, he did make money from the platform. That is true. But let's throw in some commentary in here because we can't steal niggas' content. Remember that. Throwing this out there. Yes, he made tons of fucking money, but that's not the point. The fact that they let him go is a sign that they knew something and he knew something after they fucking let him go. When he says, I knew for months why they fucking banned me and I'm taking him to court. And he won said court statement because he had a contract, legal binding contract with Twitch. Now don't get me wrong, okay? Don't get me wrong. Listen, contracts, they bitches. But the fact that they cut him before his contract ended, that's where they fucked up. So legally, they were held to certain type of accountability under oath and contract. So they obviously talked to this nigga and let him know what the fuck was going on. And he sued them. Obviously, he won because they went against his contract. But he makes lots of money off of Twitch. It's still a gaming platform. It's Twitch. YouTube didn't have a foot yet and Kick wasn't around yet. So it was only 2 platforms to stream on at the time. And Mixer was never there. No one ever streamed on Facebook. I'm going to fuck what they say. Moving forward.
Probably a quarter of what I was making on Twitch. You think a big time company like Nike is going to want to work with that big question mark? Or Disney?
Yeah.
It fucking sucks.
Launder cash here.
But now the truth is seemingly coming to light piece by piece, and it all started when a former Twitch employee named Cody Connors tweeted out he got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that could...
It was a her. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. Okay, so she was a creator. Now, or not creator, but she was... When he says minor, I'm like, it's kind of hard because you have to go, because TwitchCon, how old you have to be to go to TwitchCon? I need to find that shit out because that shit be hurting me. How old do you have to be to go? Because I know about TwitchCon, but I'm over here like, how old you got to be to get a ticket? 13? 13. Those under 18 must be accompanied by a parent/legal guardian or an adult authorized by a parent/legal guardian. That adult must have their own TwitchCon ticket if you would like to purchase. Okay, so basically, to be at TwitchCon, if you're under the age of 13, you got to be accompanied with an adult. Okay, well, this is updated. To attend TwitchCon, you must be at least, so I'm gonna pop this over here. So to attend TwitchCon, is kind of what I've been seeing for the past fucking 5 minutes, you have to be at least 13 years old as far to basically be at the event. At least 13 years of age as of the event date. However, if you are between 13 and 15 years old, you must have a parent or legal guardian with you. So even if he met up with this person at TwitchCon, they gotta have a legal guardian with them. So I don't understand that shit. That's what's blowing my mind. And if it was a girl, so she had to be at the age of 15, 16, 13, she had to be in that legal age. Because you can't, he says, when they say minor, you have to be this. It's 16 plus, TwitchCon is for folks who are 13 plus, okay. So basically, that's how it is to be at TwitchCon. Because I'm like, how fucking old you gotta be to go to this con as a kid? You basically, but you need an adult with you. So he would have met up with them and their adult or legal guardian. Now, I don't know how true this is, unless there's kids just running around fucking TwitchCon, but this is what it says here over my fucking head, but okay, deuces to that.
Be read in plain text. Of course, this all sparked a massive storm online, and his buddies rushed to defend him.
These are some crazy accusations. Crazy.
Yeah.
Until we know them as fact, until they've been proven with evidence, what are we talking about? What's anybody talking about?
You even had one of the Tate brothers speak up, saying that he knows what it's like to be a tall, successful man who women are throwing themselves at, and he just knows that Doc is innocent. And then you even had Doc himself tweeting out, "Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All of this had been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found. And I was paid. Elden Ring Monday." So obviously a lot of people
That sounds bad, but let's continue.
found this statement to be sketchy to say the least, while others speculated that he couldn't outright say he wasn't talking to or interested in meeting up with a minor due to legal bindings. The next time he would boot up his stream, he would claim that he was not interested in speaking on these allegations at all.
For those that are looking for me to expand...
God damn it, I hate commercials. Shout out to Razer, but I don't know what I'm saying.
on this weekend. Not gonna. Already said what I needed to say.
All right. I would take that as, nigga, you said what you had to say, but you didn't shut the fuck up. My problem with niggas like this and people in general, like, listen, Doc, you fucking peewee, tall ass, bitch ass nigga. Listen, say what you gotta say is respectable. But the fact that you said what you had to say, but then talked about legal obligations and blah, fucking blah, you should have already realized it don't get no worse than this shit. It don't. So you should have shut the fuck up and been like, listen, I did some stupid shit, blah, but I'm not going into detail. And if y'all want to know, you know, I'll drop a big video about it or whatever the fuck. But at this point, I'm not talking about it anymore. And you should have kept it that way. You should have been tweeting, you should have been talking about it personally. But the niggas who worked at Twitch, they basically outed this motherfucker. They told on this motherfucker they weren't under NDA no more. So they let it all slide out. Which is respectable. Something on my tongue. Whatever.
I don't give a fuck about this guy. That's it.
And for the rest of this stream, he would seem pretty distraught and even speak about taking some time away from the internet in general.
It's wanting to just kind of move away from the limelight. Ultimately, that's what it's about. It's time to drive into the sunset, says Swervin. Oof, man, I like your style. It might be time to drive in the sunset, champs.
Now this is where the real hammers kind of start to drop, as his own gaming studio, Midnight Society, which he co-founded, would announce that they would be terminating their relationship.
See, I hate that. If I co-founded a gaming studio and I got canned, I'm taking all you niggas down. I don't give a fuck. But personally, that's called being petty. And remember, I'm a business man. I'm a business too. So I gotta be straight up factual with the shit when it comes down to this. If you co-founded something, but you're a liability to said company, they're going to let you go. I talked about this. Just because it's under their bottom dollar, and the fact that even though said company moves away from you, they shouldn't have opened their mouths and publicly said anything. They should have silently told you, yo, we're going to move away from you. You still got money and stock in us, but, just shut the fuck up about us, and we don't know you, you don't know us. Because coming out publicly and saying something makes y'all look like bitches. Even if y'all don't know the whole truth and y'all don't know what's going on, that's a problem with that. Even if they think they do, you kind of don't. Regardless of what regardless he opened his mouth and says some shit. Let's continue.
Relationship with him, citing that they assumed his innocence, but after speaking with the parties involved, had no choice but to make this damning decision.
What party is involved? Twitch or the party of whoever he was texting? See, that's my own thought. What parties? Because that's crazy.
People speculated that he actually got word of this while on stream and noticed that it changed his entire demeanor.
Of course it did. Damn. Damn, that hurts. You see the hurt in this man's face. The hurt right here, ladies and gentlemen. The hurt right here, ladies and gentlemen. The hurt is big. It don't get no worse than that. That's the same hurt I felt when my own fucking best friend picked Israel and piss ass Palestine over me and talked about politics. That's the hurt I felt. The hurt inside of a company you own, friendships you've built up, alliances, all the other shit. And next thing you know, you get cut. That's the shit I hate. Cause niggas is dead ass will do that to you, and you know what I'm saying? Shit's crazy. Let's continue. Damn.
So obviously this more or less confirmed that they peeked behind the curtain and didn't like what they saw to a point where they felt like action needed to be taken. Of course, people started making jokes saying, "Hey Doc, I heard you like 'em young," and posting
Oh no. Nigga said, "Hey Doc, I know you like 'em young." You better never come to cell block 1. Oh no, that's crazy. That's disgusting. Let's continue.
videos of his quote-unquote new setup, and they also brought up this clip from 2 months ago.
I remember someone saying Doctor's Disrespect got banned from Twitch because he was messaging underage girls on Twitch.
Why? He said that.
Wait, what?
That's not it.
We're about to learn all about the DMCA process now. That's what I'm saying. What I heard it.
Did he say that? If I'm the doc, I'm suing you right now.
I would actually sue you.
Now this would all more or less force Doc's hand, so he would once again tweet out that he
gotta open his mouth.
Wants to cut the fucking bullshit, claiming that he's always been upfront and real. He would then apologize to his community and confirm that he would be stepping down from his position in the gaming studio company. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years.
That shit kinda hurt though. If you can't say nothing for years and then shit happens, it's gonna hurt.
Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual back in 2017? The answer is yes.
I love the commercial at the right time. Shoot that nigga, bang, 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 bang. Shoot that nigga, bang, 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 bang. That's crazy. That hurt my whole soul right there. Nigga said, yes, there was.
Real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate.
See, that's that fucking shit. Nothing legal. The nigga said these casual messages, conversations that sometime this is the word, leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate. This line right here is where you fucked up. Good night, folks. I'm just gonna step back. Cause what the fuck are you doing, bro? What are you doing, my nigga? Why would you ever open up your mouth and say these? I'd be like, yo, the conversations were rough. I was cursing. I was being an asshole to this kid. But I thought I was just having fun. And so was the kid. So I didn't mean no harm by it. There you go, stupid. There you fucking go. You stupid son of a bitch. Fucking idiot. Let's continue.
But nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy operation regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. From a moral standpoint...
Okay. Now, I stick with this, that on a moral standpoint, you shouldn't have did it. But even though criminal charges didn't go against you, this is the one thing you said. It leaned to the inappropriate. People will think for a second, as an adult, you took it there. Depends on what inappropriate. But as a person, you should have never did that. That just makes you look bad. That all around is the... Now, is he a pedophile? I don't know. No pictures were sent back and forth. Nothing sexual was sent. But leaning to inappropriate, nigga. Come on, bro. You gotta be. Come on, bro. Come on. Let's continue.
I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained those conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I own my fucking shit. This was stupid. Still, Doc would retain that he is not a predator, that he doesn't care about his quote-unquote haters, and lastly made it clear that he had no intentions to go anywhere. So basically, Dr. Disrespect confirms here that he was indeed having inappropriate conversations with someone who was not of age. I find it hilarious that his only real defense of himself is that he never had any intentions behind these personal conversations he was engaged.
So when you say intentions, my thought is like, if I'm talking to anybody, I'm just having conversations with them. Like back in the days being single, if I'm talking to a girl I like, you know what I'm saying, I'm chopping it up, I got some intentions of fucking. Seeing where it goes. Like everyone does. It's just like, oh, where's this gonna go? If it's not gonna go nowhere, I understand my place in time. If we stop talking, it's just because to me you was boring. Or you thought I was boring. Because I'm clean and safe and I don't drink, and everybody else drinks and gets drunk because they don't live life. So I'm like, it's going to lean somewhere. But the fact that you got nothing out of it, the fact that it was casual, but how casual is that when you talk about meeting up with them at TwitchCon? Like, come on, bro.
Engaged in. It's kind of like saying, oh, I didn't plan to rob the bank. I just got the ski mask, the gun, the rope, and of course the blueprints of the building as well as the security guard schedule. And let's be clear.
But I never really robbed a bank. I planned it, but never did anything. Okay.
That these chat logs have not and likely will never be released to the public, but it's pretty obvious there was something damning in there. One of the heads of his now former studio tweeted out, "This is a statement from me personally. It does not reflect any of my companies and has not gone through any legal or PR approvals. If you inappropriately message a minor, I cannot work with you. Period. I promise to only act on facts."
When he said it leaned and teetered on inappropriate. So, but we don't know the levels of that. That's the problem. Everyone's just sticking with, oh, but it was still inappropriate no matter what. Fucking idiot, pedophile. I'm like, technically, I can't hold you to a certain status and level. But I'm not giving you the title unless you actually did what those people do. And if he didn't do any of that, then at the same time, regardless, he said, yes, there was inappropriate stuff and teetered and leaned in there, but there was nothing serious and damning. No lawsuit, no jail time. But it still looks bad. Like, come on, bro. It looks bad. But should you get canned from your whole ass company? I don't know. Personally, not really me, but let's go.
And I did. And some of his good friends would even come forward with their reactions to this new information.
I read through Doc's tweet, and in that very tweet, he basically confirms that, you know, he was texting an underage girl, and it went weird sometimes, you know, and look, there's no excuse for something like that.
I have known Doc for a while now. We've played games for years.
My nigga, fucking commercials are killing me here. And listen, playing video games for years I play a lot of games, and a lot of video games don't make niggas your friend. Just because you play fucking video games for years, it don't make y'all niggas friends. You don't really know that nigga. You're acquaintances. Let's stop the cap.
He knew that was a minor, and those were the messages being sent. I cannot support that.
No matter what it looks like publicly, it usually means someone did something, right? Or there was some truth to enough truth. Right? You settle to cover things up. You settle to not let things get out there. Don't text minors or do any of that shit.
And even the 49ers have released a statement saying that they're done with the doctor. Personally, I cannot comprehend how people make these types of mistakes over and over again. Like, it's so easy to not only not speak to a minor, but to not speak to anyone when you are in this type of position. Like, why even begin?
You can talk to kids in video game chats, and you can be an asshole in video game chats, but don't go looking to talk to kids in chats. Like, if you got a guild in some online game and there's a bunch of kids in there, cool. But don't be disrespectful to the kids. Don't wild out. Don't curse at them. Don't be an asshole to them because they're just trying to have fun. That's different. You can still talk to those individuals in video games and all the other shit. And look, he has some pseudo fame, so he was talking to people. He was talking to this person. Don't know how far that went. And when inappropriate comes and it was a girl, now there's a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole conversation needs to be had with that. Now, is that the hill he's going to lean and die on? Personally, it probably is at this point in life. It looks like it's the hill he's going to lean and die on. Now, even if nothing happens, that means people are just not going to forgive you. Like, come on.
Begin to engage in conversation with this.
Or like, if you're in a guild or like you're playing, I don't know, fucking Magic the Gathering, or like there's a bunch of kids there. Don't be rude to kids. Don't be disrespectful, but be cordial as possible. Don't befriend them and talk to them every single day, but be cordial and respectful, and that's it. Those kids will grow up to respect you more because at least you were an adult, but you were also their friend, pseudo friend, whatever the fuck. But don't be Dr. Disrespect teetering on inappropriate. Don't like be an asshole. To what extent of inappropriate? It was a girl, so he said something out of his fucking mouth that we will never see. So let's go.
Person. It just goes to show me how little self-control he had at the time he was 37 years old with a wife and kid. Like, if you ask me, I think the only real explanation would be that his personified ego had actually become a part of his real character. Dressing up like that every day for a decade plus playing a caricature of yourself has to damage something about an individual psychologically. And the funniest part to me is that he rode the unjust cancellation wave for such a long time, made millions of dollars doing so, only for this all to come to light.
What the Twitch ban is really, how it's really affected us, not just from a financial standpoint, but from a networking standpoint, from all the relationships we built over the past 5 years in terms of Activision and EA. I mean, everyone, all the big sponsors, all the big partnerships, they have to question, why did you get banned?
Like, the fact that he was out here playing the victim to me is just an absolute joke. But I want to know what you guys think about this situation down below. I know you still have a lot of people defending this man for some reason, even when he literally admitted to his wrongdoing. But either way, I do want to thank...
Even though he admitted to it, it doesn't fall into the category of as inappropriate as it gets. So, but he said it falls into the category of something being inappropriate. All right, moving on to Omni. Shout out to this YouTuber, he's a good YouTuber. So we're going to talk about these situations. This is a long video, and I'm up until 1 o'clock, so let's get it.
Then Bigfoot himself, Dr. Disrespect, who was currently under fire because some guy by the name of Cody Connors came out and made a tweet and said after 4 years of some, why did Dr. Disrespect get banned on Twitch? After 4 freaking years, he was just like, oh, yeah, this is the reason why. In case you guys don't know who Dr. Disrespect is, the doc is one of the biggest, most influential streamers there is, okay? In terms of iconic looking, in terms of how he looks, mustache shades, you've probably seen him in some fashion. He plays a lot of FPSs, and yeah, he was popular a long time ago and then popped off. He got banned on Twitch and nobody knew why. He moved to YouTube Gaming, and so yeah, that's the backstory of Dr. Disrespect. Very, huge shooting game streamer, in case you just don't know. But yeah, Cody Connors has said he got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text, case closed, game. Dang.
What the fuck is this? Whose photos are these? Oh, Stacy. All right, let's continue.
That's wild. We just now look, man. I hate that everything always comes back to this issue. Is just like older people talking about it. It's just so goddamn annoying. Now look, this is just a person tweeting, all right, with like no evidence, just to saying, just saying that there's no proof or nothing, just being like, hey, we don't know the gravity of what's being said here. However, the guy who quote retweeted him said, this is the former account director of strategic partnerships at Twitch, claiming to reveal why Doc was banned at long last. And so it's not just from some random person, like just basically just throwing out information and just seeing if it sticks, like how most of the internet is. This person is the account director previous. Okay. And so like if anyone is going to know why Dr. Disrespect got banned, it would be this guy. But benefit of the doubt, okay? Innocent until always proven guilty here in the court of Omni law, okay? He could be lying too. He could be making it up, He might, something still could be a little fishy. So we're not going to confirm or deny. We'll wait some information to come out, but Dr. Disrespect did respond. First reply came underneath Jake Lucky's tweet where he basically kind of quote retweeted and said, hey, this is what's happening. And Dr. Disrespect said, Jake, seriously, I get it. It's a hot topic, but this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged and they paid out the whole contract. So some people saw that and they were like, okay, well, he's saying there was no wrongdoing. Other people saw it and was like, bro, why not just say, hey, I didn't talk to any kids? Like that's the easiest thing that you can say, right? If anyone said, hey, Omni, we caught you sexting a minor, I would be literally just be like, I have never sexted a minor in my entire life. That would be like my
deny is a good plausibility. But since he's being truthful and he's coming out and saying, look, I didn't do anything wrong, I'm not a bad guy, and nothing happened, that's fine. But when you deny, I'm deleting like messages. When you deny, like not messages, like emails and shit. I got random emails. So when you deny, it's just going to be like, well, you can't deny anymore because it's not the court of fucking law. It's public and people obviously want to know the truth. So he let motherfuckers know, like, I ain't texting no minor. I ain't no schmetophile. I'm just being honest and being myself. Hallelujah. That's fine until it bites you in the ass.
My response, like if you think about like if someone says like something really bad about you and it didn't happen, you just be like, that did not happen. That's just a straight up lie, right? So maybe he's just saying this to, I don't know, be safe lawyer wise, but to me it's a little alarming when you just can't literally come out and say I didn't sext any minors, right? And that you can't say that. So the entire internet
I don't care.
Blew up. A lot of moving pieces. We had one of his boys, Nick Merckx, we talked about him before, who streams and he's like very anti LGBT and trans and everything like that, right? So he's just coming out here and basically, I'll show you his tweet as well, but people were like, dang, Dr. Respect, they're treating him like he's Drake. This man is out here on Twitter getting eviscerated and getting draked over a freaking single tweet, right? He then replied here a couple of hours later saying, listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is effing internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All of this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found, and I was paid Elden Ring Monday. So Dr. Disrespect basically saying because of the settlement, there's only what he can say and what he cannot say. And he's literally saying he's done nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found, and that Twitch ended up paying him anyway. So it would be.
I'm like, at that point, saying all of these things it comes back to one type of situation, which a lot of people won't like and a lot of people won't understand. But the one type of situation is something happened, nigga. Something happened. Even if nothing happened, you got to think about it in the grand scheme of it, right? Something happened to you. Something happened to me. Something happened. You were talking to this fucking person. You were chatting with this fucking person. You had no business chatting to this girl, chatting with her, but you did it anyway. Maybe because he liked the attention. Maybe because the attention was nice. Maybe he was like, oh, this is a new person. They know nothing new about me. Maybe he felt like his wife knows everything about him and blah, blah, blah. His relationship got stale. Then, I don't know, nigga, get an open marriage at that point. But at any point, I'm going to let y'all know this right the fuck now. Where is the source? There it is. When it comes down to all this useless bullshit, you have to come up and say something. Because I'm not going to lie to you. The moment a motherfucker don't open his mouth and say something about something like this, it's bad. It's bad enough. Because people are going to find out you a schmetaphile. People going to find out you chilling with the schmetties. You a schmeta toucher. You a, you know what I'm saying? People going to just look at you and be like, it's him. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. You already dug yourself a hole. Even if you're saying nothing happened, nothing illegal happened, the companies and people you fuck with, they don't care, boy. They don't care.
Be very weird, right? If I guess he got caught sexing a minor and then Twitch was like, yeah, we're still going to pay you money anyway, kind of thing. Like, it seems like something funky is going on. We still don't know the truth.
Something stinks in Denmark.
But a lot of people have been collaborating and saying like, yeah, this is a rumor that I've heard for a very long time, even myself. I'm not confirming or denying it, but you guys know me. I talk about the news. I'm in the YouTube streamer base and everything. I know way too much freaking stuff about way too many people. Like, I got deep, dark secrets. And then some of the information that people share with me is like freaking like wrong. So a lot of people just lie. So I've been told a lot of accusations. And during the years, since this happened like 4 years ago, I can literally tell you guys that a couple people have...
4 years ago? So 2017. That's not 4 years, 7 years ago, right? He just said in 2017.
Anonymously come up to me.
Oh, right. His, fuck, he 2020 when he got his fucking he got banned from Twitch and they removed him and they went against their thing. So yeah, that was 4 years ago. All right, copy.
And been like, yeah, Omni, this is the reason why Dr. Disrespect got banned, and it kind of matches what this guy is saying as well. Okay, again, a lot of people just saying stuff, could just be rumors that are just spreading around. I can't confirm nor deny. There doesn't seem to be any proof. But a lot of people are just being like, yeah, this is the rumor that's been circulating for the past couple of years. That's not me saying that I think it's true. It's just, it's a little weird, right? And I want to give like people like Dr. Disrespect the benefit of the doubt because I'd rather be wrong in this situation. So this brings us to Nick Merckx. He streams on Kick. He's a huge popular like first person shooter streamer as well. Pretty good friends with Tim the Tatman and Dr. Disrespect as well. And he's also been in a lot of controversy because of him vocalizing his distaste for the LGBT community and the trans community and amongst of other things as well. Okay, so that's Nick Merckx, all right? There's a large fan base of him who find him based and saying that everything that he's saying is true. And there's a lot of people saying like, hey man, you're garbage, okay, bro? The fact that you don't, believe that trans people have rights and all this other stuff, yada, yada, yada. That's
a lot of
right?
bullshit.
That's who this guy is. He's a pretty big streamer. Used to be much larger, still doing it as well. And yeah, now he has something to say about the situation.
Yo, checking in. Look, I opened Twitter. Bunch of my mentions are he, they, she, hey, they, fucking, I identify.
Listen, I don't like the whole she, theys, I identify stuff type of stuff. It is kind of annoying. But personally, this is how I live my life. I find it weird and annoying, but live how you want to live. As long as you don't force it down my gully, pause, I'm not gonna participate in it because that's not how I live my life or view my life. You live in your own world, I live in my own world. You come up and be like, well, I'm not they, I'm they, them, this. I'd be like, you look like a girl, so I'm just gonna call you how I see you. I call it how I see it. If you don't look like this, I'm calling how I see it. I live my life through that. It's not being disrespectful, it's not being messed up, it's just the facts of life. I'm calling it how I see it. You can't enter my life and be like, well, you have to silence. Let's go.
Is a helicopter. God damn it. And I seen the couple tweets about the doc. I'm I'm as taken back as a lot of you guys are, okay? But the fact remains that these are some crazy accusations. Crazy. Big time accusations. And until we know more, until we know them as fact, until they've been proven with evidence, what are we talking about? What's anybody talking about? As far as the leave the little kids alone stuff, this doesn't make it any further from the truth. Leave little children out of your shit. Have a nice day.
So yeah, that was Nick Smirks basically being like, yo, unless there's any kind of proof, like this is just fluff and everyone's just kind of talking.
He has a point for himself, and I understand it. More information and news did come out. I'm watching all these other videos just to catch up with everyone that's talked about it, because I love all the creators and people have talked about it. Maybe some. I like the fact that people like to talk about this shit. And the Dr. Disrespect, honestly, from my point of view, when he said things teetered on inappropriate, that's where you lost me. That's what makes you look bad in the eyes of everybody. How do they teeter to that extent? You know what I'm saying? That means you went there, or this girl went there, which, you know, her age, 13 to 15, you're an asshole. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue.
And also about leave the little kids alone, people were like basically being like,
496. God damn. Oh, I kind of... Did I skip?
Other people saw it and was like, bro, hot topic. So like, if, and like just basically, this is just the backstory of Dr. Disrespect. Very, you know, huge shooting game. Saying that the partner class just could be looking at, okay, he's just obviously has been and he's like ready to confirm everything. People like matches. A lot of people are just being like, yeah, this is the rumor that's been circulating for vocalizing his, okay, and
I somehow
into little kids, like leave the little kids alone. People were like basically being like, yo, your friend Dr. Respect might have been talking to little kids. Okay, and he's saying, yeah, that's still true. So kind of taking a stance where he's basically number A. Delete that, editor. Okay, leave that out.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
Number A. I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but it's been hard.
A minor.
Number one, poking at the he, him, they, them, the pronouns type of group. Number two, basically saying like these are some crazy accusations, but there's no proof. So until there's some proof, okay, what are we talking about? And then number three, also continue.
True. Even though he opened his mouth and said something, the proof that Dr. Disrespect said it teetered on inappropriate. People are gonna headline that. People are gonna title that. People are gonna capture that. Because nigga, nothing should fucking teeter on inappropriate because you're the adult. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? That's where people are getting mad. When you say it teetered on inappropriate. How the fuck you, the adult, somehow just said, well, oh shit. Come on, bro. Stop playing with me, bro. Pause. Stop.
Continue to, you know, to not include kids into any of these subjects. Which then brings up another competitor, Ava Chris Tyson. You probably know her from Mr. Beast, part of his crew, essentially, of all the people that come in to do Mr. Beast videos, and recently transitioned. And there was a lot of drama with Ava because she was appearing in Mr. Beast's videos, and people were saying that when she appeared, you know, during the transition, that they were basically making Mr. Beast's videos get massively disliked. There's a lot of people who are like, I don't feel like Ava should be in these videos at all. That it just needs to be done, needs to be gone.
It's just because Chris Tyson transitioned at a very crazy, weird period, and a lot of people believed Chris Tyson left his son, ruined his marriage to follow false ideas. He became a woman because blase blah, right? This is what I believe in. Some of y'all probably gonna agree to disagree. I personally understand, right? This may not be the most logical take here. You feel like you're a different person, you're not fit in your skin, fine, do what you do. if you're a grown ass adult. If you are a kid at a young age, it's like 6 years old to 12 to 14, you don't know shit. Please shut the fuck up. If you're a grown ass adult, 25, 35 years old, you want to have a sex change, use your own money, go right ahead. I don't care. Because why? You chose that lifestyle. I'm not, Dave Chappelle said it. Who the fuck am I to tell you that you are wrong? If a nigga wants to chop off his dick, he believes that. Exactly. I don't care. But you can't tell other kids to do what you did and follow that fucking shit. It's just weird. Stop streaming. This isn't worth watching. Fuck you. That's cool. Appreciate it. But you came here and comment. Like, that's fucking petty as hell, nigga. Oh, I hate people like this. It's always niggas like this that just want to be like up in my ass about some shit. Let me see this. Right? What was I saying? Right. Personally, if you want to do all that shit, that's personal. Chris transitioned, became somebody else. He's still taking care of his kid. He's still doing what the fuck he got to do. He's still having his involvement with his kid's life. He's still getting paid by his best friend. And him and his wife are still doing what they got to do and be like a duo in parenting. A lot of people's like, oh, Chris Tyson's dropping this shit downhill. Chris Tyson. I'm like, yo, like, relax, my nigga. The nigga ain't saying shit about nobody. He ain't opening his mouth talking about nobody. It just is what it is. Chris Tyson living his own fucking life. Personally, that's how I seen it, right? And I've seen it on this side, and I've seen the internet just go at the dude. I'd be like, personally, it's whatever. I don't care. Because guess what? He made his own life decision. Chris Tyson gets paid. He got money. He at a certain level where he could do what the fuck he wants. But he's still part of his kid's life. Can't say nothing about that. Oh, but he lost a father. Oh, well, okay, cool. He still has a parent. His father's still there. He just transitioned. He became somebody else. Personally, that's not my bag. But he did that. He feels comfortable in his skin. That's who it is. A lot of people are just like, Mr. Beast needs to get rid of Chris. Personally, that's a personal problem, my nigga. Moving on.
Mr. B stepped in and said, yo, hey, Chris is a friend, one of my best friends, okay? And I don't like how people are treating them. Had something to do with this YouTube video. It was like the downfall of Chris Tyson or something. I don't know. Lots of drama. But she, quote, retweeted him and said, me every time I post on Twitter /POS. And then Nick Merckx said, you should be ashamed of yourself, leaving behind your wife and child to play pretend. One day you'll wake up and realize what you've done. In which Ava said, the protect the kids crowd when someone is a loving parent versus when their boy is currently facing SA accusations.
Ooh, shit. Shit, that's a burn. Shit, that's a burn. Shit, that's a burn. That nigga burnt the shit out of you. Damn. Oh, that's a burn. I'm sorry. Chris Tyson, Ava Tyson, whatever the fuck, burned you, nigga. That's a burn.
The reason why this is a little bit important because this brought up Mr. Beast. Literally came in as well to defend Ava. I know, it's crazy. These are big names. These are big people. Dr. Disrespect.
Because Chris was his friend before the nigga transitioned. Still his friend. Still his homie. Ain't no disrespect towards it. I'm sure. Because if this is one of my boys or people who transition, I'm showing my niggas respect because I respect you. As long as the person that transitioned doesn't switch up on me and act like they brand new, because then they're an asshole. Because then if you become an asshole, I'm going to call you out for being a fucking dick, which has happened with one of my friends. I called you out for being a fucking asshole. So let's be real here. Chris and Mr. Beast are still friends. It's like, I'm gonna post up and I'm gonna go to bat for my nigga. Like, let's stop playing. Shout out Mr. Beast. He's like, I'm going back for my nigga. I gotta respect the loyalty. Come on, I respect the loyalty for that one. You can't not be somebody's friend and not respect it.
Nick Merckx, freaking Mr. Beast, the people who are involved in this and getting dragged into this situation are large. Mr. Beast being the largest YouTuber now, I think they surpassed.
God, I fucking hate this. I'm not paying for YouTube Premium just because they keep fucking doing bullshit.
T-Series is the #1 subscribed YouTube channel now, but you guys know Mr. Beast Gang Gang. He said Ava is literally always with her kid and doesn't even go on shoots to spend more time with him. Tuck man is always smiling. Not sure why this rumor is a thing. So this.
Yeah, I get it. It's true. It's like, I feel like people choose and pick sides on what's going on. Let's continue.
This is just words from somebody who's literally, you know, a friendship with Ava saying like, yeah, this is kind of fake news. And that's basically it. That's kind of where we are. In my opinion, man, like the fact that this was going to be the announcement, I had no idea, right? When Dr. Disrespect got banned on Twitch, that it would be a situation where he will look like Drake, okay? And they about to start stomping on him like they not like us or whatever. If it's true, it sucks. If it's not true, then it also kind of sucks because now he's getting false allegations. I don't know the answer. And you at home, I know what you're thinking, okay? Some of y'all are like, hey man, Omni, isn't it very obvious that it happened? Right? No. Stop, bro. Wait for more information, okay? God damn, I don't know how many times I have to tell people this, to not just grab the pitchfork and start stabbing people all left and right, nilly-willy, just because you see a goddamn tweet, okay? See if more comes out from it, all right? And I feel like when it comes to like accusations like this, it's very important to have proof. You can't always provide proof, and a lot of things do get hidden and dig, and there are some things that actually look kind of coincidental. So maybe be vigilant, maybe keep your eyebrow up. It's important to use your gut and your intuition. Where you think there's smoke, there could potentially be fire. And also one last thing, when it comes to these accusations, one person saying one thing is like one thing, but when you have like a lot of people from many different circles kind of saying the exact same allegation, being like, yes, this is what I heard. Yes, this is what I heard. We have a lot of people being like, yes, I can confirm that this is what I have also heard, the exact same information. Then it makes the accusation, even without the proof, a little bit more solid. You know what I'm saying? Because it's multiple testimonies of hearing the exact same thing. But I think people are trying to avoid getting sued. So no one's trying to basically say it happened for a fact, because I'm guessing Dr. Disrespect will fucking like sue your ass, right? And you'll be gone, eviscerated, because this man has money on money on money. So yeah, that's the situation with Dr. Disrespect. You guys can let me know how you feel in the comments below.
I agree with one thing with Omni here though, is the fact that he will sue you if you open your mouth and openly say some shit. Which at the same time, the Twitch person who opened their mouths and said something, they said something with confidence. Like boy said it with the utmost confidence on his nut sack. All right, this is Twitter. Who is this? All right. And we're going to Phil DeFranco. Shout out to Phil DeFranco. Let's get it. I do say one thing before I get into this. Yes, Dr. Disrespect opened up his mouth and said the truth. Now, is it the fact that, are we mad at the fact that he said it? Or are we mad at the fact that bro could be a schmedophile? Or are we mad at the fact that mans came out and opened his mouth and should have never said jack squat? Personally, he told the truth. He opened his mouth, he said what he had to say, and what he said we didn't like. If he would have never said it teetered on inappropriate, nigga, that's where you lost me. And you never met up with the person or had intentions to meet up with the person, you were just being cordial, that's different. But you should have never been talking to this underage girl. And the fact that she was going to go to TwitchCon, you should have never been talking to her in the first place, because that means the age of that person was 14, 15, 13. They needed a legal guardian, so you're going to meet up with them with a legal... Come on, bro. Looking kind of suspicious there. Personally, on what I see. Let's get it. But does that make him a pedophile? No, because he said nothing was sent back and forth. No explicit messages. Nothing was sent. He didn't sexually assault anyone. But it's also bad that he was texting and it teetered on inappropriate. That's bad. That is bad. So at the same time, call it how you want to see it personally, but I'm not sure. Because then as I keep going back and forth in my mind, I'm like, so he's a pedophile? So he's not a pedophile. But he has to engage more and done more to be a EDP 445. shit. Like, if he ain't EDP 445, I don't know what we talking about. Let's continue.
Said, going back to the Ava and Nick Merck stuff, one of the biggest responses there was from Mr. Beast himself, saying Ava is literally always with her kid and doesn't even go on shoots to spend more time with him. Tuckman is always smiling. Not sure why this rumor is a thing. And as he quote, protect the
Hold on. I think so.
Now, there's been some wild allegations getting thrown out left and right over the weekend, with those and the back and forth and all the fallout being one of the most requested stories to talk about today. And at the center of all this, you have Mr. Beast, Ava Tyson, Dr. Disrespect, Nick Merckx, a bunch of names that you may or may not be familiar with. As far as Mr. Beast, obviously biggest creator in the world, and Ava Tyson's been a part of the Mr. Beast crew from the beginning, with Mr. Beast having to, once again, like he's done in the past throughout her transition, defend Ava online, with his most recent example of that stemming from a video posted by Nick Merckx. And he's a very big gaming streamer, though I would say definitely over this past year, with more and more of his anti-trans talk, he's gotten a lot more attention. And he tweeted to Ava, "You should be ashamed of yourself, leaving behind your wife and child to play pretend. One day you'll wake up and realize what you've done." Or which was his reaction to a tweet from Ava earlier, saying, "Me every time I post on Twitter."
I'm not gonna lie though, like that is a hurtful shit to say. It's like, yo, you're not a parent no more. You a bitch.
He, they, she, hey, they.
And so Nick's tweet, it garnered a lot of reactions, including from Ava herself, who replied the quote, "Protect the kids crowd when someone is a loving parent versus when their boy is currently facing SA accusations." Right, and that seemingly referencing the fact that Nick Merckx has been defending Dr. Disrespect against recent allegations that he was inappropriately messaging a minor. Because it was a claim from a former Twitch employee over the weekend that Doc was permanently banned from Twitch because that happened. With Dr. Disrespect responding to that multiple times over the weekend, saying, "I get it, it's a hot topic, but this has been settled, no wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract." And later tweeting, "Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Elden Ring Monday."
I feel like he said all this. What sucks is the fact that you said all this, but still nothing was wrong, but niggas still decided to cut you. Why? Because if nothing was wrong, nothing was said, people didn't have a right to cut you then. Think about that. In the grand scheme of it, think about that, right? Now let's, like, we playing like what, 4 or 5 fucking D chest. I'm not gonna go back and forth on the bullshit, but the fact that you opened your mouth and you said something, and the fact that you came out and said nothing happened, nothing was wrong, copy. But you knew about this a long time ago and knew why you got canned, because Twitch knew and they didn't say nothing until now. And this is 4 years ago. He was talking to this said person in 2017. So that person's a teenager now. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it.
And today, during that live stream, he said, for those that are looking me to expand on what I said this weekend, that's not happening. Saying that he said what he already needed to say. And adding, "I don't give a fuck about this guy. That's it." But that said, going back to the Ava and Nick Merckx stuff, one of the biggest responses there was from Mr. Beast himself, saying Ava is literally always with her kid and doesn't even go on shoots to spend more time with him. Tuckman is always smiling. Not sure why this rumor is a thing. And as you can imagine, when the biggest creator on the platform chimes in,
it's not a rumor. It's the fact that people don't like the fact that Chris Tyson transitioned and it involves a Mr. Beast brand. A lot of y'all are going to say this and a lot of people aren't going to say this. I'm going to say this. Mr. Beast, Jimmy, is a brand. All of his crew, the people with him, people working with him are part of his brand and his crew. When somebody transitions, the first thing these motherfuckers were saying was, yo, Mr. Beast needs to get rid of Chris Tyson because he's pushing this stuff to kids, because Mr. Beast's audience is mainly kids. Mr. Beast's audience is mainly this. Mr. Beast's audience is mainly this. That's what people were saying from the get. So now, if I'm Chris Tyson and I'm over here just living my life, I'm like, nigga, that's not true. I transitioned. I felt a different way is what it is. People are like, oh, Chris destroyed his marriage, his relationship. Oh, he's a bad person. Oh, brain glitching. But to Chris, he was like, my wife understood. I talked with her. I felt different at some point. I made a switch and a change. I still take care of my son. I still love my son. I'm not fucking blind and stupid to that. But at the same time, people are like, oh, Chris Tyson's a fucking woman. Oh, he's trying to brainwash and control people. Oh, shut up for like 2 seconds and get out of your dome for a minute. Mr. Beast is a brand. Chris is his friend. He's going to do what he does because of his brand and his friend. Chris isn't stopping Jimmy's philanthropy, Jimmy's side hustles, his gigs. Chris isn't doing shit but living Chris's life. But that's the problem. Chris is also gonna be on shoots, be here and there. But how is Jimmy gonna pay Chris if Chris ain't there? How is Chris gonna pay for his lifestyle and all this other shit? If you know what I'm saying? There's a certain level of approach towards this. People don't like the fact that Chris Tyson transitioned because of the family dynamics, all this other stuff, and people don't like the fact that Jimmy supports this nigga and what he does. But that's been his boy since that was his boy. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, like, you gonna have to support your mans. And if you don't support your mans, nigga, you a L mans. Don't be a L mans, man.
And on something, it becomes an even bigger conversation. Whether it be people on the side of how dare Mr. Beast say that.
Shit. Fucking hate all this bullshit.
Set with the fact that he's friends with, supports, and features a trans woman in his content. But this is there were also a ton of others loving what Mr. Beast said here. Saying things like his constant defense of Ava is very nice to see. Saying this matters especially for the next generation. Arguing with Jimmy's influence and reach to young boys, this stuff is going to be his most important legacy. And others chiming in saying, I don't
really think Twitter is going to be his most important legacy because people have to go back and they have to really probe and they have to really do all this stuff. I'm not going to remember this. And you're not going to remember this next year. Nobody's going to remember this at all. They're going to keep note of it because it means something to them personal. But to Jimmy, it's like, I'm just talking and trying to be like, yo, that's my boy. Like, back off. That's it.
will say, oh, this is just the bare minimum. But I feel like in today's climate, having one of the most famous people on the planet stand up for his friend and supporting her identity and existence is extremely important and impactful. And actually, the proof of this climate and of the fact that Mr. Beast really is doing something that can make a difference or challenge people's belief is the amount of transphobia in his replies, or just the sheer number of people saying vile things about him and Ava everywhere online. And with that, Ava even writing, they just want to villainize trans people. They realize and accept that I'm in my child's life arguably more than most parents are able to be. They say I'll ruin him or far worse things. They don't actually care. They want to move the goalpost so they can go see trans people bad. And this whole situation got so big and it's
in a truthful manner, yeah, because I said this before. Mind your fucking business. Stay out of other people's business, and you don't know what goes on behind closed doors, personally, right? The whole Vic Mignogna situation. A lot of people were saying different amounts of things, different stuff that was happening. But like I said before, yeah, we don't know what happened behind closed doors. But if we take each person at face value, we can kind of come up with an idea for ourselves. If Chris is still showing around his kid, doing what he got to do, shout out to Chris. If Chris is not, hey, whatever. But we don't know that, and we ain't speaking up for that. So let's be real.
Spread so wide that Ava's ex even had to chime in. Right, Katie, Ava's ex and co-parent releasing a statement saying, there are plenty of other things in this world to talk about other than a 4-year-old who will one day see all of this. Our lives are the best they've ever been, and Tucker is loved and cared for by both parents and in both homes and is thriving. I don't know who Nick is, and I don't care who he is, but as a parent himself, is this the example we want to set for our children? When we don't agree with someone, we bash them, their families, drag others' children through the...
She got a point. She got a point. She's laying out a whole point right now.
Trenches by spreading false information about their lives. Be better. Set better examples. But ultimately...
Come on. She literally, if the nigga's ex gotta open her fucking mouth and be like, yo, leave my kid alone. Stop talking about my family. Shut your face. And realize if you don't like the opinions and stuff going back and forth, stop talking about it. Leave us the fuck alone. You don't like contradictory viewpoints and you don't like opinions. Why are we arguing about this then if you don't fuck with it? Stop arguing with me and move the fuck on. It's simple, but too simple for others, too brain dead for others. Continue.
As of filming, that is where we are with this. And of course, like with all our stories, because this is a news show, but I also want it to be a conversation, I'd love to hear from you in those comments down below. Where do you stand on this and why? Also, I should say hi, welcome.
Shouts to this man. Is there any more of the Dr. Disrespect stuff? Or no, that's it. All right, let's continue on the next Phil DeFranco video.
Well, this Dr. Disrespect situation just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it's now busted into the mainstream.
Damn! The video was just good. Like, I was just getting into it. All right.
Seemingly all previous links to all of Dr. Disrespect's merchandise. Now, this Dr. Disrespect situation just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it's now busted into the mainstream. Because what started as a small but meaningful part of another story yesterday blew up right as we were uploading. Because in case you missed it, Dr. Disrespect, aka Guy Beam, he was in the news because 2 former Twitch employees came forward and said that his mysterious 2020 ban from Twitch, that was over him allegedly inappropriately messaging a minor. Now, for his part, Dr. Disrespect was saying, he could only say so much, but
The dude's name is Guy Bean? No, why your parents name you that, bro? Why they do that to you, bro?
in a handful of tweets, he wrote, "This has been settled, no wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract. I didn't do anything wrong." With him then doing a live stream on Monday saying, he's not going to talk about any of this, though that stream ended with him saying that he was going to take a break. With many then left wondering, what is going to happen next? And literally, as we were uploading yesterday's show, Midnight Society, the gaming studio he co-founded, they cut ties with him and released a statement saying, "On Friday evening, we became aware of an
We already know about this, but I do want to add more of these videos to the conversation and conversation pool because it's a live stream and I like to kind of go off the top
allegation against one of our co-founders, Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect. We assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved. And in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we needed to act. For this reason, we are terminating our relationship with Guy Beam. While these facts are difficult to hear and even more difficult to accept, it is our duty to act with dignity on behalf of all individuals involved, especially the 55 developers and families we have employed, along with our community of players." Right? Notably, that Friday evening, the date that the Midnight Society gave, that was the same day that one of the former Twitch staffers came forward. Now, of course, with all that, as you might expect, there were a lot of different reactions. Tons of people just demanding that they share the proof or the evidence that led them to this decision. But at the same time, you had others kind of confused as to why there was backlash to Midnight Society's decision, with a number of people arguing that it's pretty cut and dry. Or with gamers in the space like,
yeah, I kind of said the same thing. Like it is cut and dry because we don't want to associate with this nigga. I'm sorry. Just is what it is.
Nadia Amin writing in a since deleted tweet, "I don't understand how this is even controversial. His own company said we assumed his innocence, spoke with parties involved. These facts are difficult to hear." And then writing, "Why are so many..."
But then when you talk about facts, a lot of people are like, well, where's the evidence? Where's the proof? You can't just go off of that. I hear you, but damn.
People defending a pedo. Meanwhile, you had other big names in the space speaking out, the likes of Ninja, for example.
Did their own investigative research behind the scenes, right? And found enough, right? Found enough.
Is that a window? Is it morning time? Oh, that's a mad light right there. You see that behind him? Is that an LED or is that morning?
Evidence to let him go from the company, right? Not administrative leave, not we'll address this later. Like they found something is what I'm trying to say. Okay.
Right. Meanwhile, you had others saying Midnight Society doesn't need to share its evidence publicly, saying it's clear based on this decision they found something serious. Others also speculating that part of the reason evidence hasn't been shown is to protect alleged victims, right? Because if what is being alleged here is true, it involves a minor, right? And this is
true. It involves a girl and it involves at 2017, but that's 2017 up until now. 7 years has passed. I'm not holding this nigga. Am I holding this nigga to something that happened 7 years ago? That's my own problem. Because personally, to me, this is old news just surfacing to the internet and we have to judge it for what it is and we have to cut and dry and be like, But personally, it happened 7 years ago and nothing happened then to now. Only thing happening right now is the backlash, except for when the motherfucker said it teetered on inappropriate. That's the problem people have with when he said it teetered on inappropriate. So that's where you done fucked up and lost me. Because you, Dr. Disrespect, was stupid. Continue.
As other big creators in the space have noticed, this is such a big decision for a company like the Midnight Society to make. There's so much at stake.
And they came to the conclusion, starting with the belief of Doc's innocence, that it is better, it's more in their self-interest to terminate their relationship with basically the guy who was going to guarantee their game was at least a little bit successful because he was going to market all of it. Which is a big fucking decision to make.
With Ludwig also adding that innocent until proven guilty, it's one thing in the court of law. But online, people are just gonna have to base their conclusions on what's out there, right? Knowing that some of these receipts may never get published. And so all day, there's just been this growing conversation, updates coming in. It even got mainstream attention, with outlets like Bloomberg speaking to sources who backed up the reason behind Dr. Disrespect's ban. And all of it actually leading to Doc responding again this afternoon, saying, "Let's cut the fucking bullshit. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was..."
And you know what's crazy is he shouldn't have said anything, but he should have chose his words very carefully. Seriously. Because the moment this man opened his mouth and said what he had to say here is the moment we all realized you might fuck yourself. Really? Like, come on. Come on.
Banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes.
Damn. Shouldn't have said that. But he said it. He said it. Now,
Are there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not.
real intentions mean intentions to pursue or be involved with said person. No. Okay, but you were talking to them like how? You know what I'm saying? That's a problem. Oh man. My neck.
Also, I'll say a note here because there's been a lot of discourse about this as well. He edited that tweet to instead say individual minor to just individual, but he then later changed it back to individual minor. But then, in the rest of his statement, he went on to call the conversations mutual and casual, saying they, quote, sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more, claiming nothing illegal happened, no pictures were sent, he never met them, there was a lengthy arbitration, but no criminal case was filed. And with that, saying he took moral responsibility and should have known better as an adult, but adding, now with all this said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no fucking predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me fucking knows where I stand on those things with those types of people. Fuck that. And all of that has resulted.
Yeah, but at the same time, nigga, what people took was teetered on inappropriate.
An explosion of responses. Right? Some fans saying they stand with him. Meanwhile, elsewhere, there was a lot of attention to him editing in and out minor. Meanwhile, Robert Bowling, aka 402, right, the Midnight Society studio head, he tweeted, "This is a statement for me personally. It does not reflect any of my companies and has not gone through any legal or PR approvals. If you inappropriately message a minor, I cannot work with you. Period. I promised to only act on facts, and I did." And of course, there's been no shortage of other commenters chiming in. Zon Piker saying he doctor disrespected the age of consent, and Moist Critical responding, "That's actually shocking. Confirming messaging a minor inappropriately, but saying there wasn't any real intent is almost verbatim what people used to say to Chris Hansen." As well as another aspect we're already seeing are more people cutting ties. With, for example, Turtle Beach now appearing to have removed all of Dr. Disrespect's merch.
I ain't gonna lie. That Dr. Disrespect Turtle Beach headset looks pretty nice. Sorry, Doc, but damn, they didn't love this man at all. They were like, fuck you.
Merchandise from their site, including from their partners section. And seemingly all previous links to Dr. Disrespect products now take you directly to the homepage of Turtle Beach. But like I said earlier, who knows if even more is coming? We're waiting to see. And of course, in the meantime, I gotta ask you, what are your thoughts with all this? And while you leave that comment or you're sitting
I'm looking at it personally, for me, is like, that's crazy.
back trying to take in everything we just talked about, I gotta say, hey, welcome back to the
Shout outs to Phil DeFranco. Did we just take all this information? Here we go. More Dr. Disrespect stuff.
Yesterday, the internet exploded.
Doc tweeted, "Oh boy, here we go."
He admitted it, bro, on Twitter. He admitted it on Twitter, bro. He was like, yeah, I was DMing minors. Yeah, it was inappropriate. I was like, what?
Guaranteed half your age. Just, that's crazy to say. It's guaranteed.
This was a secret more guarded than the Krabby Patty formula. I really thought we'd never know the reason that Dr. Disrespect was banned. I thought they'd be taken to the grave.
First of all, I don't even know what niggas is talking about. Bro, I thought it was man, niggas is crazy. Let's continue.
I thought we'd crack faster than light travel before we ever learned what the reason behind it was.
Because like we talked about yesterday, Dr. Disrespect, aka Guy Beam, released a statement. And for all the details there, if you've missed all that, I'll link to yesterday's story. But the story...
Oh my God, his headset is going for fucking almost $900 fucking dollars. Oh no. Oh my God. Shout out to Dr. Disrespect because his headset is going, look, 600, 800, 2,000. What the fuck? What the fuck? Turtle Beach headset? Nah, you wildin', bro. You wildin'. I gotta, nigga, hold on. Wait a minute. Time out. Turtle Beach Dr. Disrespect headset. New, right? Hold on. Let's see the eBay. Let's see the eBay searches. Damn. Oh my God. Nigga, what are you talking about? Nigga, what? Okay, let's not type in new. Let's see. Alright. Okay, that's not bad. Alright, never mind. I'm over here like, what the fuck is going on with the bullshit? These niggas is crazy. His headset just skyrocketed. That's crazy.
Around this right now can kind of be broken into 3 different categories. 1, people saying if this situation was serious enough for Twitch to end their relationship with Doc, why are we just now hearing about it now and he continued to be in the space? 2, updates specifically around Guy Beam and those connected to him. Like I was seeing in the news today that the 49ers have cut ties with him. And 3, there's been a lot of talk about how those in the community have reacted. You know, there having been a lot of focus on those who were defending him earlier in the week, with creators like Nick Merckx getting a lot of that spotlight with him saying yesterday.
Look, just to be blunt and straightforward, man, that's inexcusable. It's unacceptable, right? Look, the boys and I are torn up over it too, man, because we played a lot of games with the guy and it feels a little weird, but what can you do?
And then saying in a stream today,
yeah, he edited the tweet 3 times. Just so bad. It's so bad, you guys. It's so bad. And look, what do you want from me, man? You know, I gave the guy the benefit of the doubt until we knew more. So to act like I don't care or act like I'm not upset about the shit he did is crazy. You just have to remember that he was a friend of mine. So obviously I'm going to behave a little bit differently. I got some weird, attachments to this. You know, I do. He was a friend. People think that we're like best friends, like we're hanging out. I don't even know the guy outside of a wig. We took one picture together, and newsflash, he was in a wig.
You're not friends, then you're mutuals, you're acquaintances. Shut the fuck up. This is my problem with the space. Oh, I took a picture with the guy and he was in a wig. All right, I get it. But you're not friends. You were never friends. You were never homeboys. You were never crewmates. You were never boys. You were just acquaintances. Stop acting like you know the nigga. Obviously, he lived a pretty private fucking life. Obviously, he didn't want nobody getting into his business. So let's be fucking frank here. When you talk about, we ain't friends, we acquaintances. It just is, it's the game of the fucking platform. I got YouTuber friends. I got fucking friends in this game. Friends that I could be like, yo, I go to them with some shit, talk to them about something. They'll never come to me with some shit. But person that's just, that's how it is, my nigga. And there's different ways of thinking. I live in California, but there's different ways of thinking. I'm from New York. I'm a New Yorker. It just is what it is. But you was not friends with this nigga. Stop, bro. Stop. Let that shit go. You was acquaintances and you should drop that. That's I met him once. He took a picture in the wig. We acquaintances. I thought he was cool. He was a cool dude to me. I didn't think he would just be talking to some kid. But when the word teeter or inappropriate comes up, I'm telling y'all, niggas start abandoning the ship real quick. Let's go.
And we talked for 8 minutes. Now, I don't want to dumb down a relationship.
Meanwhile, you had a lot of creators making
You did talk down. You talked for 8 minutes. I don't want to dumb down a relationship and I play games. You play games casually. You're not friends. You're gamer friends. There's a difference.
Chris Hansen to Catch a Predator references.
He is doing the Chris Hansen pedophile defense, by the way.
Like, if any of you have watched To Catch a Predator, you'll recognize that tactic, that little maneuver right there.
He said they did not meet up. He had no intentions. You can take that however you want to. To me, it sounds like what every guy who got caught on To Catch a Predator said, to be honest.
Now, Doc, I'm going to need you to have a seat right over there.
Also, with all this, you have a lot of people.
Was that fucking Chris Hansen? Hold on.
It sounds like what every guy who got caught on To Catch a Predator said, to be honest.
Now, Doc, I'm going to need you to have a seat right over there.
Oh my God, that was Chris, that was Chris Hansen, bro. Bro, that was that was the literal Catch a Predator nigga. Oh my God. Oh my. I'm drooling. That is crazy. Oh. That hurts my whole fucking soul. That was legitly nigga. Nigga said, Doc, you're gonna have to have a seat over there. Nah, bro. when they get Chris Hansen on a fucking video and tell you to have a seat is crazy. G, let's go.
Also, with all this, you have a lot of people still pushing for more information to come out, right? People wanting to see what was in the actual chat logs or the whisper logs. Others also wanting to know the specific age of the person the doc was saying these things to. Because depending on where you go online, there are people just kind of throwing out all these different ages. So notably, all of them under the age of 18.
Like, did Doc know the age of the person he was talking to when he was talking to them?
If he knew that was a minor and those were the messages being sent, I cannot support that.
Now, like, if he had no idea that it happened and like he didn't know this person was a minor, like, yeah, he's still an idiot for doing it for sure. But like, it takes like the bad scale from like, I don't know, like it takes it down a number of notches to me.
Now, what's not clear and what a lot of people are coping with is that maybe Dr. Disrespect didn't know the age of the person he was communicating with. But I truly feel if that was the case, Dr. Disrespect would have mentioned that, saying that he had those communications with this person that he believed was of age but turned out to be a minor.
You know, ultimately, that...
I'm like... It doesn't matter? Think about it. Think about it and really think about it. Think about it. It doesn't matter if he knew the age or didn't. The nigga literally came out and said, I was talking to said minor in 2017. Personally, it's 2017. It's 2024, nigga. I'm not holding this nigga against something that happened 7 years ago. But everyone will. And I kind of have to now because he said the conversation may have teetered on inappropriate. When a nigga said that, get the fuck out of here, you stupid fucking idiot. What is wrong with you? Even if he didn't know the age, he knew the age. He knew the age of said person. Because he literally came out and said, yeah, I was talking to a fucking minor. Because if he was in those whisper chat logs, and if Twitch has those whisper chat logs, they're going to come out and say, yeah, he was talking to said minor. Even if he didn't know the fucking age of said minor. It doesn't matter. He was still talking to that said fucking person. He still opened his mouth, had a conversation with them online. Now, what we should be asking is, what is the inappropriate shit that was said? How inappropriate was he? Did he turn into inappropriate? How the age of the person? If they could go to TwitchCon, they were either the age of 15, 13, or 14. But they need to be accompanied with a guardian. So they were in the age to go to TwitchCon to be accompanied by a guardian. But he never met up with that person. He had intentions to meet up or say hi to them or introduce himself to them, be cordial to them. Maybe in chat log they were cordial, but this is different. Very different. So the age factor does not matter at this point because he already came out and said it was a minor or I was talking to a minor. Even if he didn't know until the end at TwitchCon, that's different. Even if he didn't know, the nigga still cheated on his wife with a 24-year-old woman at TwitchCon. So even if he didn't meet up with that fucking kid at TwitchCon, he still cheated on his wife with a 24-year-old fucking woman at TwitchCon. Come on, bro. It don't matter the age. Oh, you know, what if he didn't know? I'm like, nigga, I'm not sitting here gonna say if he did know the age. Because maybe at the end he knew. In the beginning he knew. At some point he fucking knew. And if the motherfucker didn't, yo, I'm gonna call a spade. You still was talking, depending on the inappropriate language or what was said in said chats. That's what I care about. Fuck the person's age. They were old enough to go to TwitchCon. There's something there. Then they were underage, but they were old enough to be accompanied by an adult at TwitchCon. So they were under 13, at 13 or 15, but they still had to be accompanied. So they were under the age of 18. So there's my problem. So what are we talking about? But let's continue. I'm over here spitzing.
That is where we are with this, as all of this continues to play out, both in the court of public opinion and as others wait to see if more information could be coming. And then we need to talk about...
All right, so we're done with this motherfucker. Dr. Disrespect Twitter is a fucking fire. Shouts to Bull Blacks. Bull Blacks? Or Bull Blocks? He's a good YouTuber. Let's get it.
Look, for several hours now I have been told from credible sources the reason Dr. Disrespect has been banned. However, due to the importance and severity around the topic, I have refrained from going on it. I don't feel comfortable with it currently. For the last 4 years, this tweet from Slasher has been living rent-free in the minds of Dr. Disrespect's fanbase. But after 4 years, we finally have some sort of explanation on why Dr. Disrespect might have gotten banned, despite being in the middle of an exclusivity contract with Twitch. We find this out when ex-Twitch employee Cody Connors tweets out, he got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that could be read in plain text.
See, I like how he said he was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon, which he says he was sexting a minor in the extended Twitch Whispers product. Huh? So this is basically a Twitch chat. So a Twitch conversation chat. How the fuck did that happen? Honestly, how did that happen? That don't make any sense, but alright, let's continue.
Closed, gang. No one made the wrong decision. Fuck him and his boys. Shads responds by saying, "This is one hell of a statement. I hope receipts are brought forward. If this is true, then there are a lot of heads that need to roll. If this isn't, then you just destroyed your credibility forever." Hooks says, "We need sources and more information. Like who?" Madame Savvy responds by saying, "Is there any way this can be verified? It's been years since it happened, and it is a little concerning Twitch wouldn't make a statement like this, because if it was the case, wouldn't you want to protect other people?"
Actually, if it happened 7 years ago, and even in Twitch's eyes, if nothing happened and nothing came from it, that's different. Yes, this happened a long time ago, but if nothing came from it legally, nothing came from it like, oh, he was out here sexting, and if he was sexting and said something inappropriate maybe once, that nigga look bad. But now you gotta think about it. Even if it happened so long ago, 7 years ago, it's said and done. What are we gonna do about it? We could hold the motherfucker accountable for 7 years ago. Yes, we can. I'm not saying you can't. It's up to you. But personally, I don't know this nigga. This nigga ain't my friend. This nigga ain't my fucking homeboy. I don't give a fuck. Cause I'm gonna move on after this. Fuck you, Doc. You did something stupid, nigga. Deal with that. La 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 la. Fuck you, nigga. It just is what it is at that point. But she's got a point. It happened so long ago. How come Twitch didn't come out and say something? How come Twitch didn't do this? Because in 2020, Twitch cut this nigga and got him off the platform, but they didn't uphold their contract. That made them look bad. Let's continue.
People and let them know? Or is it because of the contracts around privacy? Were the DMs ever given to law enforcement? Was a report ever filed? There is a pattern of behavior that doesn't make it surprising he was sexting, but bringing a minor into it makes it hella concerning. Wacky Jackie 101 says, "Imagine just accepting this as facts with zero evidence. Applying
Yeah, I get it. We all want evidence. I'm gonna be real with you. I want to know what the fuck y'all were talking about in them chat logs. Because let's be honest, if this man was saying some ridiculous shit in the chat, show you just a 1-2 combo. Like, what are we talking about here? Let's go.
Critical thinking is hard, but let's try. What is the motive of Cody here? Where is the evidence to corroborate this allegation? Without data, you are just a person with an...
At the end of the day, he's got a point. You can't just come out and say this without evidence. Even though Doc did come out and speak his truth, like, hey, I was texting this person, this and this happened, but it didn't get any seriouser than this. I didn't meet up with them. I didn't send back and forth messages. I did say something inappropriate one time, but I walked it back, and that's it. That's why he slept with that 24-year-old at TwitchCon. Let's continue.
An opinion. I'm not going to take a tweet like this as factual, with zero corroborating evidence, when the consequence is literally ruining another person's career/life. But internet will do what internet does. CBAD says, "Hey Doc, I heard you like him young." Oh, Dash says, "You can't just say this with no evidence posted." Bebop quote tweets Cody with this TikTok and the caption, "This video is always perfect for when content creator predators get exposed."
Bro, Jeff, I can't believe you did it. All your blood, your sweat, your tears, your hard work, the sleepless nights of grinding content creation, and you finally blew up. You're finally making a difference for your loved ones and those around you, man. How does that feel? Not gonna lie, I am deeply in love with kids.
Oh my god. What the fuck is going on? It's like the smiling friend shit where he's like, I love kids, Charlie, I love kids. I was like, nigga, that's crazy. That's crazy. Let's continue.
This nigga serious?
Scootish quote tweets Cody with this image of Drake and Dr. Disrespect grasping hands in agreement over a minor. Slushy shares this gif with the caption, Dr. Disrespect when he sees his wife. He prefers other women and children. Deeks quote tweets Cody and says, a random Saturday in 2024. Nobody. Cody to Dr. Disrespect.
I heard that you a pedophile. You touch little boys and girls.
Icarus Bath quote
Yo, I can't.
Tweets Cody and says, I mean, Dan can't stream, already leaked this forever ago. Keep up, people.
But over
Dan,
2-decade-long
just
career,
please
surely mine would.
Well,
Carly
Dan,
would.
it's been a long time.
Please tell us.
Yeah, it's been a long
It's so
time.
long that the person involved is probably okay now.
Yeah. My memory is really bad because this was like 2 years ago.
See,
and
I like Destiny. Destiny is like, yo, tell us what's happening because the person involved is probably okay now because it's been so fucking long. Shouts to Destiny.
Outpost buying a minicopter, and I remember someone saying Doctor's Disrespect got banned from Twitch because he was messaging underage girls on Twitch.
Why he said that?
Wait, what?
That's not it.
We're about to learn all about the DMCA process now.
That's what I'm saying. What I heard in Rust.
Did he say that? Why did he say that?
He must have heard it.
Am I not allowed to say what I heard in Rust?
That's insane.
His crew
what
on
you just
Rust
said.
is
That's
wild.
insane. If I'm the Duck, I'm suing you right now.
I would actually sue you.
Well,
Puns and Buns says, Doc was more worried about pronouns in bio than age in bio, I guess. Neb's Good Takes quote tweets Cody and says, yet another transphobe who wants to protect kids that turns out to be a pedophile.
Damn. Damn. God damn. Damn. They just shot this nigga. Oh shit. They just came out and just said, die, bitch. Die. Oh my god. They killed this motherfucker. Oh my god. That is damn.
They then share two tweets. This first one is of Dr. Disrespect quote tweeting someone called Thana, who said, Dr. Disrespect was rejected a Starfield sponsorship due to his recent transphobia, and he got triggered on stream because the head of Bethesda Publishing has pronouns in his bio. These guys wouldn't survive Modern Warfare 2 lobbies if pronouns trigger them. Dr. Disrespect responded by saying, some of these poor young people are just depressed, no life experience and completely misdirected by the internet. Look at my words being taken out of context here. Their insecurities are obvious. Politics should stay out of the video game industry entirely, along with people like this. And then
he got a point. He got a point. Because honestly, you want to be political, you can be political. Video games have their own style of politics because there's maybe in the video game, but that's another conversation. Let's continue.
the second Dr. Disrespect tweet they show is him saying, Activision pushing water bongs, marijuana, get high levels, drugs, and $100 camos on gamers. But they removed Nick Merck's skin for him saying, leave the kids alone. Activision is ran by a bunch of idiots. Biggest suit and tie phonies in the industry.
I'm like, that's him sticking up for Nick Merckx because he's like, yo, you guys are pushing this, and this. Those are two separate type of things. I feel like people are grasping at straws with that argument, which I'm like, I don't know if Activision was doing that because I'm, whatever.
Omni XRP quote tweets Cody and says, I hope Dr. Disrespect sues the fuck out of you. Jake Lucky quote tweets Cody and says, a former Twitch employee has come forward and stated the alleged reason for Dr. Disrespect's permanent Twitch ban being for sexting a minor in the previous Twitch Whispers product. Dr. Disrespect then comments on these allegations for the first time in response to Jake Lucky's tweet by saying, Jake, seriously, I get it. It's a hot topic, but this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract.
Which what sucks is he says no wrongdoing was acknowledged.
Connor Eats Pants responds by saying, no wrongdoing was acknowledged. This motherfucker did that shit. Radstad says, I feel like it's way easier.
This motherfucker did that shit is crazy.
To just say, none of this is true actually. Like genuinely, why are you tiptoeing around legal jargon to make a statement this meaningless? Ethan Price says, I'm gonna need a stronger statement than that after the allegation.
I'm like, it's legal jargon, but he still came out and said shit. People are just mad how he said it. But I get them. I get them.
Commander Carl says, I don't think you were doing yourself any favors with this response, lol. Ciara says, no wrongdoing got paid, by the way, is...
I'm like, if you go to Ciara's... Hold on, time out. I'm about to go to Ciara's Twitter right now. I bet money there's something I shouldn't be seeing on her Twitter. Time out, Ciara. I'ma look you up in a second and see some shit I should not see. Hold on. Hold on, Ciara. I bet money if I go on your account and see some shit I shouldn't see, I'm gonna be roasting your ass. Let's see what's here. Let's go to her media. Let's go to media. Let's see what she got. I'm sitting in the bed, cleavage out, boobs out. Let's see, we got some naughty photos. Okay, Ciara. Ciara wants to play the game of stupid. But, you know, you out here, you one of the tank top streamers, girl. You one of the tank top streamers. Boob cleavage out every day. Let's stop playing the game. I'm calling it how I see it because it's all over her Twitter. And I bet money, I bet maybe $5 if I go up and I click Linktree, she has a Fansly. I'm not taking her serious. She got a Fansly. Let's move on.
Is crazy. Big Mike says, so you did leave the kids alone, right? Miller Ross says, they are calling you Dr. Diddle's kids. I don't know if you saw that.
What the fuck? Dr. Diddle's kids is crazy.
Danielle says, no wrongdoing was acknowledged. Does not mean no wrongdoing occurred. Sinozik says, Dr. Drake respect. Big Boss
damn
quote tweets Dr. Disrespect with the picture of him in front of lines from Drake the Heart Part 6 that say, if I was fucking young girls, I'd promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for this shit you just suggested. Booyah quote tweet.
God damn. God. Yo, that's crazy. They just I'm never in my life. Niggas is just, I'm stepping on your ass, stepping on your ass, stepping on your ass, stepping on your ass, stepping on. They're just stepping on this nigga. I can't.
Tweets Dr. Disrespect.
But I will.
And says, no wrongdoing was acknowledged is a way for parties to resolve disputes without admitting liability or fault, preserving your legal and reputational standing. Yeah, I'm believing the allegations now, laughing my ass off. This was a horrible response. Epos Vox says, holy fucking shit.
How was it a horrible response? The nigga responded and he commented and didn't respond, but he commented to something. I don't know. Niggas is tapping me out.
This is basically first party confirmation. He's not saying he didn't do the thing. He's saying Twitch admitted fault for breaking contract, which they did, and paid him. They broke it over good morals. He
Okay.
only cares about the money. Just to be clear, if you stand accused of engaging in affairs with a minor, and you didn't, the first and only statement you give in your initial response is to say, without a doubt, you didn't do it.
But he's responding to a fucking comment. What are we talking about right now?
Anyone who does otherwise is guilty virtually every time. I don't know how you can possibly see the accusations and see a response of, come on man, I got paid my whole contract, and think anything other than he's guilty. Holy fuck, some of y'all are blowing my low expectations of humanity out of the water. Block, 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 block. Liv quote tweets Dr. Disrespect and says, Dr. Disrespect, this is your lawyer speaking. I am advising you to keep posting. JR Aubrey responds to Dr. Disrespect by saying, what the fuck kind of response is this? Chris Raygun quote tweets Dr. Disrespect with this image of Patrick saying, wee woo wee woo
wee wee woo wee woo wee woo. SpongeBob, SpongeBob, wee woo wee woo. Fucking kid. I can't.
After all of this, Dr. Disrespect tweets out another response where he says, listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All of this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Elden Ring Monday. Ghost Salsa responds, crazy how shit used to be innocent until proven guilty, but now it's guilty until proven innocent. The Quartering responds with this gif in the caption, anyone who believed the claims. Spicy Chicken says, I stand with Doc. Mike McCarthy says, defamations lawsuits coming? Bearded Gamer says, we got you, Doc. Some nerd on his way out at Twitch just needed something to put in his useless resume in hopes he can get enough clout that Burger King will interview him. Poor Cody. Vyth then quote tweets Dr. Disrespect with the picture of a guy holding up a sign saying, I'm not a pedophile. Denim's quote
That is fucking crazy. That is crazy.
Tweets Dr. Disrespect and says, interesting that no wrongdoing was found, yet you received a lifetime ban from Twitch.
I'm like, because Casey Tron, I heard a lot about her. It's just because Twitch doesn't want to deal with that. They don't want the backlash. It happened on their platform, so they don't want to take fault and liability. And they cut him from the contract, so they're like, we're cutting you from the contract and we don't give a fuck about you no more. You did something stupid. Obviously, Twitch is going to value their bottom dollar, which they still ended up paying him after they cut him unceremoniously, not waiting for his contract to end and be respectful towards it, even though something happened on their platform that they're buzzed about. That's it.
Tron says, all the people asking for evidence are coping so hard. If you think Twitch banned one of their top streamers for no reason with no evidence of his wrongdoings, you are a moron. Leave it to the gamer bros always yapping about protecting children to defend a pedophile.
See, that's where she draws the line. I get it, and I think a lot of people should draw the line. If Doc is a pedophile, a known pedophile, this motherfucker has been booted. One thing he mentioned is the conversations skewed inappropriately. You should have never opened up your mouth and said that, nigga. You should have never did that. Continue. But yeah.
I cannot believe all the defense running from other.
But does that make him a pedophile if nothing else happened after that? That's up to people to assume at this point. It is, because right now we don't know those chat logs. We don't know the person that it happened to. We know nothing about this. So moving forward.
They're disgusting men. Actually, I can. The hypocrisy of it all is truly remarkable. Holy fuck. I hate this incel-infested industry so fucking much. Tattle Turtle responds, where's the evidence, you pedophile? You were calling me a pedophile with zero evidence, while defending a man from pedophilia accusations, who's had multiple...
I'm like, if he multiple claims is maybe like 1 or 2 claims, right? But at the same time, somebody calling you a pedophile because they don't have evidence is basically what you're doing. You're calling him a pedophile. At this point, he didn't touch anybody. He didn't sexually assault anybody. He didn't send any explicit photos to anybody. He didn't do anything explicitly as those pedophiles do. So he's not a pedophile. He was talking to a kid, a conversation may have led inappropriate, but it's kind of, what does that conversation lead to? How inappropriate was that conversation? That's probably it. Does that make him a pedophile? Once again, that's up to you to decide. I can't really say, yeah, he's a pedophile. But I can also say he's dumb. He's a stupid idiot. But other than that, what's the scale of inappropriate? We have to weigh that. But you can't just outright say, oh, he's a pedophile. relax. Unless he's going out there to, he's out there on the... God, let's continue.
Multiple substantive claims made about him. Remy responds, shit, like 40 people called you a pedophile. Has to be true at this point. Endur
True.
responds to Casey Tron by saying, the evidence is Twitch not reporting it to the police. It's literally illegal for them not to if it happened. Also,
I'm like, it is illegal for them not to report it, but then if there was no crime committed, they obviously can't report it because there was no crime committed. If there's wrongdoing, and he brought up wrongdoing in conversations, but the conversations did not lead there, Twitch was like, all right, cool, so we're just going to terminate you just without haste, and they feel like they didn't have to pay him until they realize they violated their own contract. Other than that, if Twitch found out and other people knew, that means y'all niggas is the same. It's the same shit with the Vic Miana situation. I said this about if the voice actors knew about his career, about his wrongdoings, if other people knew about this shit, people let this slide for so fucking long that you are the people that put other people in danger. That doesn't make any sense. That's my problem. If Twitch knew about this, they removed him from the platform indefinitely, but they didn't tell nobody why. And rumors went circulating just because Twitch was trying to keep shit on the DL. But when niggas lost their jobs, they're like, well, he's the pedophile. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. But let's move forward.
they agreed to settle, so they are colluding and keeping it quiet if it happened. Doc sued them, fully knowing what would come out in discovery. Casey Tron responds, how do you know that it wasn't reported to the police? Like, you are operating off the assumption that the public knows everything.
We're operating off the assumption that they didn't report it or they did report it. We're operating on all assumptions at this fucking point. What is this bitch talking about? We're operating on so many assumptions right now. That's the problem.
About an extremely private case with multiple lawyers involved to protect the reputation of both parties. Comment Cop shares the interaction between Turtle and Casey where Turtle called her a pedo and captions it by saying, accusations are evidence. Gets accused. You are accusing me with no evidence? Nicholas Diorio responds, God, she is so brain dead, laughing my ass off. Moozone says, Twitch was banning people for being right-wing or off-platform things in 2019 and 2020. I'm gonna hold out for solid evidence. Brandon shares this tweet from Dr. Disrespect's friend Nick Merckx, where he said, they should leave little children alone. That's the real issue. Brandon then comments on this by saying, Nick Merckx, my man, are you gonna tell your good friend to leave little children alone? Hit responds by saying, are you actually coming at someone for saying kids should be left alone? What is the point of this? Brandon responds, his thought process actually contributes to child deaths. Nick Merckx
Child deaths? What are you talking about?
Then responds to everything in this Twitter.
I feel sorry for a lot of these creators because you got a platform, but you can never open your mouth and say your own opinion. I feel like as a creator myself, if I can't never open my mouth and say my opinions and say what I gotta say, motherfuckers will, it just be like this. I feel like that's why you should just play video games, have zero opinions, and call it a day. Straight up.
Video.
Yo, checking in. Look, I opened Twitter. Bunch of my mentions are he, they, she, hey, they, fucking, I identify as a helicopter. God damn it.
What?
And I seen the couple tweets about the doc. I'm as taken back as a lot of you guys are, okay? But the fact remains that these are some crazy accusations. Crazy. Big time accusations. And until we know more, until we know them as fact, until they've been proven with evidence, what are we talking about? What's anybody talking about? As far as the leave the little kids alone stuff, this doesn't make it any further from...
It's a healer.
Oh my God.
Leave little children out of your shit. Have a nice day.
Schmuck responds by saying, I just realized bro doesn't have a neck. Son Broku says, he really thought he ate with that helicopter line. Dark Cobra says, you didn't need proof that kids were being transified or turned gay on a large scale, so why need proof on Doc? Different standards for people not on your side? Coyote Jack says, Doc left Twitch 4 years ago. If these accusations are true, it would have came out long before now. I'm sorry, but some unknown person on Twitter better bring receipts if they are gonna be making an accusation like that. Until receipts come out, Doc is innocent. Osh quote tweets Nick Merckx and says, best friend gets accused of something serious. Makes fun of people with pronouns. Everyone. Attack helicopter joke in Big 2024. Says, keep the kids out of your shit. In the same breath as defending someone accused of being a pedo. You might be...
I'm like, he responded to his comments and said, let's wait for more evidence, but keep the kids out of the bullshit. He still stands on he's still standing on big business to keep kids out the bullshit. That's what he's saying. Now to the whole Dr. Disrespect situation, until more comes out, niggas will make their opinions. I said the same shit about the whole Vic Mignogna stuff. A lot of people, if something comes out and it's true, people will walk back everything they said and be like, hey, look, I took the man's side, but real evidence came through. No real evidence came through on shit. People still took man's side. That's how it is. Because people didn't find or see the evidence as proof enough to destroy someone's career. When it comes to Dr. Disrespect, even though he opened his fucking yapper, there's a problem. Let's continue.
Be the dumbest fucking human alive. Frost Prime quote tweets Nick Merckx and says, defends pedos on Kick that he works for. Defends pedo friend. Wants to protect kids from trans people. Bozonomics master's degree. Pilgrim quote tweets Nick Merckx and says, here's what you would look like if you were black or Chinese. Casey Tron responds to Nick Merckx by saying, since Nick Merckx has so many blocked, here's this video he posted in regards to Dr. Disrespect. He defends him and demands more evidence. If Twitch banning one of the most popular streamers on the platform out of nowhere isn't enough evidence for you,
I'm like, banning him is not evidence. They just banned him because they found something on their end. Fine. Now, I wouldn't take that as evidence. I take that as Twitch making an executive decision to say, well, Doc, we've heard some rumors and some whispers, and we see some chat logs, but, you know, these look kind of crazy. What the fuck? So personally, that's up to him. Personally.
You are cooked, hypocrites. Daddy Jake responds, protect kids, unless they are from Nick's pedophile friends. Starfish Juniper says, Nick Merckx, damn. Trans people need to leave kids alone. Also Nick Merckx, I just need more evidence about the specific guy I like. You know? Biz Sama says, attack helicopters. It's been over a decade and they still only have one joke.
I'm like, listen, if you call yourself they, them, she, he, bro, come on. Attack helicopter sounds funny. I would literally identify as an attack helicopter because what are you going to do? I'm an attack helicopter. You can't stop me. I'm just going to slap the shit out of you. Come on. It's funny, but it's a rude, crude joke. That's it.
Tipster quote tweets.
But he only says it to get under people's skin because he knows it's going to make people mad. He knows it's bait. You're going to fall for it.
Casey Tronin says, of course this meathead's response had to include transphobic remarks. Tipster also says, people out here defending Dr. Disrespect while simultaneously parroting anti-LGBTQ plus rhetoric ain't even self-reporting at this point. They just outright telling on themselves. Yikes! And it makes sense for Tipster to say this, as he only likes to defend pedophiles who are in the LGBT community like Vosh. And if you want to learn all about that, you can check out the video on screen right now.
Damn, don't defend pedophiles in the LGBT community. And the LGBT community, get your shit straight. You got some fucking lying ass people in your communities, some dog nasty people in your communities. Fix your shit.
But moving on, another Vosh defender, Keffels, quote tweets Tina's tweet, which we mentioned earlier, of them talking about Dr. Disrespect rejecting a Starfield sponsorship, and responds to it by saying, Dr. Disrespect really said, having sex with children is fine, but I draw the line at pronouns. Psycho Cut responds to Keffels by saying, crazy that the guy who streamed a public restroom with children in it turned out to be a pedophile. Keffels
he did that by accident. People be bringing up, oh, but he went in a public restroom. He streamed it by accident. He walked in there with his set to use the bathroom and he realized, oh shit, I'm in the bathroom. It was an accident. That was a dumbfounded, stupid thing. He didn't just do it on purpose. Relax.
responds many such cases. Technically, Chris responds to her by saying, coming from the grooming champion, get off the internet, showing an old tweet from Keffels where she says, to all TERFs who might read this, I have assisted at least a dozen minors get on hormone replacement therapy. Cope and seethe.
Whoa, 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 that's weird. That's weird. That's weird. That's very weird. I don't know. Whoa, that's weird. How the fuck have you helped minors get on hormone replacement therapy? How are you just that sounds weird. That sounds weird. I'm gonna call you a groomer because that sounds weird to me, but that's weird. Relax. Whoa. What the fuck? That's weird. I don't know if that's true, but that's weird. That's a weird thing to tweet out. Period. And I'm a blatant stupid motherfucker sometimes, but that is weird. Whoa.
Keffels quote tweets them and says, thank you for posting my W's. So evil of me to have once assisted teenagers setting up appointments with a local endocrinologist because their parents didn't support them.
I'm like, that's not your business. This is the problem people have a problem with, right? And I can understand it. You're helping teenagers who, whatever age you are, a grown-ass adult, and saying, oh, but their parents don't approve because that's my child. I'm not gonna let my child do something dangerous and that's irreversible for them unless they understand the cause and effect of that. As an adult who one day might have a kid, you're gonna tell me I can't tell my kids what and what not to do? I fucking damn sure will protect my kid. To make sure, look, my son, daughter in the future is like, Dad, I feel like this. I'd be like, listen, give it a year or two, come back to me and change your mind, whatever. Because they need to grow and live their lives. You helping somebody, a kid, that's weird. Personally, mind your fucking business, stay out of their business, let the parent handle that shit. Because the parent doesn't want to support the thoughts and ideology. And when you say teenager, what ages are we talking about? Because now that's just weird times 10. See, stuff like this, people are like, hey, that's weird. That's kind of weird. You're going over the parent's head and getting their kids on some type of drugs that the kids don't even know is going to affect their body in a certain way. Yes, the kid says they feel like this, and this. That's cool. But that's dangerous because then those kids are using those behind the parents' back in their house. You don't know what the backlash is going to be. That is just some dangerous shit right there. Stuff like this is very dangerous. And you could disagree with me all you want. I find it very weird, the fact this person tweeted that out. Even if it's not true, fine. But if this is true, yo, weirdo, man. Just saying.
Truly depraved. Tipster responds,
if you're a parent, talk to your kids about hormone replacement therapy. Talk to your kids about transgenders, trannies. Talk to your kids about that shit. That's just it. To let them know what's going on out there. That's it. Don't be a pussy. Don't be a bitch. Just talk to your kids about these shits. If you don't know, just be a fucking parent and just have a convo with your kids. That's it. Your kid comes to you saying, Dad, I feel like this, and this. Persuade them. Sit down with them. Talk to them. And have them explain it. If they can't even explain it to you, tell them to take a while, wait, see what happens in life. Let them live their lives before you put them on some drugs at a young age. Personally, for adults. Because come on, bro, this is weird.
You mean you didn't actually make homebrew HRT in your bathtub and then sell it to children like some sort of meth-peddling drug dealer? Damn.
What?
Chris the Narc responds to Keffels' tweets by saying, hey, dumb bitch. Before you and Tipster start writing checks your mouths can't cash, remember this clearly. You sponsored a website to provide non-FDA/doctor-approved drugs to children, and you both said you don't want to get involved in drama anymore. There is no direct evidence of Doc doing anything with a minor. That has been made public. Unlike Keffels, who has a documented history of what I stated above. They have zero right to talk. Sensitive Society responds by saying, Tipster and Keffels should stop tweeting so much and go to the gym instead. Chris the Narc responds, if they serve Jack in the Box and a gram of coke, then they will go.
Damn.
Jangles says, the ignore it and it'll go away route from her is really fascinating. Ava Chris Tyson shares this clip from the Nick Merckx video and says, me every time I post on Twitter /POS.
Mentions are he, they, she, hey, they.
Nick Merckx responds to Ava Chris by saying, you should be ashamed of yourself, leaving behind your wife and child to play pretend. One day you'll wake up and realize what you've done. And this tweet from Nick Merckx did not go unanswered, as Ava Chris Tyson responded, as well as Mr. Beast, and even an ex-friend and employee of Mr. Beast, Jake the Viking. It's a lot to get.
That's a lot of shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Personally, let me see. This Twitter shit. So, we're gonna hear from the worst man on earth, Schneeko. I like Schneeko, but Schneeko here is stupid. A lot of this shit, personally, Dr. Disrespect, before I end my stream, Dr. Disrespect stuff is kind of annoying, kind of crazy, and at this point, it's kind of like, it's left to everybody else to call him a schmetophile or not. Up to you. Let's continue the rage baiting of the videos. Let's go. Come on, Schnucky. Schnucky boy. What the hell?
Like, why does that define the... Like, why does that define...
What the fuck does the post say? Schneeko defends Dr. Disrespect. There's flaws with the way society views the age of consent. All right, I'm ready. I'm not willfully ready, but I'm ready.
Define the age of consent. I had a debate about this, and I said the age of consent is maturity, is the age of puberty, once the body is mature. Because
no, that's not the age of consent. A girl in preschool can have her period, and you're telling me, well, she can consent to having sexual intercourse. The fuck are you talking about? A girl in middle school has her period, she can consent to... Fuck is you talking about? Come on, my nigga. Come on, bro. You know you can't even touch a high schooler, and you think they have the age of consent unless they graduate high school, and even then, still, there's high schoolers fucking with high schoolers. That's a whole different story. Come on, bro. Let's continue.
Oh, I know some people, I went through puberty when I was like 17. There were some niggas in there, bro. You remember those guys in middle school who be walking around in middle school gym? They be walking around ready to go to JV basketball with hair longer than yours coming from their armpits.
That's because people evolve. Puberty hits everybody different. I was a late bloomer. Other people were early bloomers. Relax. She's crazy.
Hey, you guys ready for gym? Period 6. Let's go to gym.
Niggas like
what?
30 years old.
I'm still wearing tighty whities. And then you're 15, 16. Like, why am I still short? Any Asians can relate. I didn't go through puberty for a long time.
Because you were stunted and late. It happens. It's called going through puberty late. It happens to a lot of people.
You know? And so that's why the age of consent being strictly exactly on this second 18, this defines maturity. And everyone has to pretend like, yes, that defines maturity. This is the correct age, not 1 second more, not 1 second less. And if anything contradicts it, you're disgusting.
Future. Okay. The age of consent differs through different countries. Why? Because they do. Japan changed their age of consent a long time ago. A lot of countries changed their age of consent. I'm not a fan of the fact that Schneeko is like, oh, the age of consent is a lie. When your body goes to puberty, bam, that's your age of consent. No, please stop that. Don't repeat those words ever in your fucking life. Slap yourself, donkey punch, stop it. He's an asshole. I can respect Schneeko on one thing. His way of thinking is different. That's fine. But it's not the right way. The United States is a different fucking territory compared to the rest of the world and the age of consent in the rest of the world and how the age of consent is built up here. Morally, I'm not going to another country and they're like, yeah, we fuck 12-year-olds. Whoa. Can they even consent? Do they know what's going on? Because you learn there's a lot of mental problems with having sex early. There's a lot of mental issues with having sex early. Kids getting sexually assaulted, touched, and being back in the days that mental problems now are more prevalent, especially in sexual assault victims. That's why there's strippers, this and this. A lot of girls have a lot of crazy tattoos. You probably wonder why the girl that you like has fucking tons of tattoos, looks like an emo chick, and is always showing off or squeezing up her boobs in her thing because she's been sexually assaulted, abused, or something traumatic has happened to her. Because there's no fucking way you should have that many fucking tattoos and that kind of color of hair, and you're wearing all this dark clothing and you look like you never had a fucking tan in your life. The age of consent is different across the board. But also, yes, protect kids and protect yourself from not listening to niggas like this. Because motherfuckers like this will get you thrown in fucking jail, and they'll be like, oh, the age of consent is when she goes through her period. I'm like, whoa, relax. That's not the age of consent, my brother. High school. I was in high school and I was attracted to older women. I met a 22-year-old woman who was engaged and I was flirting with her. And she knew I was flirting with her. And she kind of laughed at my joke. She was a beautiful 22-year-old woman. And I met her after high school. I was buying a slice of pizza. I was like, nice to meet you. Had a conversation with her. I was flirting with her. And she was cool. And she looked at me. She was like, oh, you slick. You cute. I was like, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I had game at that time. And that's high school Darnell. But she was getting married. I said, cool, I hope your marriage works out. But she was getting married at 22 years old. 22 years old. I said, that's a young ass age to get married. Good luck with you, stupid. But personally, that was how it was. But I was attracted to that, right? And I'm a high schooler. You know what I'm saying? My second year of high school, right? First or second year of high school. You are attracted to different things. As a dude, it's different. But imagine a teacher takes advantage of you in your classroom, class closes the door, takes advantage of you, yo, chill, relax. That's assault. There's no consent with that. Taking advantage is still taking advantage. Period. And then there's you growing the fuck up and realizing if a girl says no, it means motherfucking no. There's a lot of things with the age of consent. If someone says that they consent into having physical intercourse, they're consenting to having that. But God knows and God willing, that person is not having that conversation. Dr. Disrespect literally came out and said, I was texting and talking to this person. So I'm not going to say bro was capping a lying, but he came out and said it. Now, do we know the age of said person? We do not. But we know they were old enough to go to TwitchCon by themselves or with somebody. Ninja talked about it.
We still don't know if he knew she was underage. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. He admitted that in his tweet. Yeah, people are still trying to defend what he did.
Let's see.
I mean, even he.
Nick Mertz disappointed in Dr. Disrespect. People think that we were best friends. I don't even know the guy outside of the wig.
Tried to defend what he did in a really odd way in that tweet. Like he said that he knew that she was underage, and he would still text her. And the text, I can't remember how he put it in his tweet, but what did it say? That the texts would sometimes go a certain way? Yeah, he edited the tweet 3 times. Just so bad. It's so bad, you guys. It's so bad. And look, what do you want from me, man? I gave the guy the benefit of the doubt until we knew more. But look, it's unacceptable when you have just in any world. That is unacceptable. You got to be smarter. You got to be better. You can't do shit like that. It's not only is it against the law, but where the fuck is your head and your heart at to do things like that?
Is that a point?
What are we doing? Why are we doing stuff like that? So to act like I don't care or act like I'm not upset about the shit he did is crazy. You just have to remember that he was a friend of mine. So obviously I'm going to behave a little bit differently. I got some weird fucking attachments to this. I do. He was a friend. People think that we're like best friends, like we're hanging out. I don't even know the guy outside of a wig. We took one picture together, and newsflash, he was in a wig, and we talked for 8 minutes. Now I don't want to dumb down a relationship and
But that's not a friendship, nigga. That's called acquaintance. I hate people like this bullshit. Fucking Ned Shot, friend of Dr. Disrespect for years, has now publicly spoken out about him. Okay, let's hear this.
Me. You guys know me for a long time. obviously I have a relationship with Doc. Played golf a lot the last year.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I mean, it's pretty much common sense how I feel about that. I've got a daughter now. It's like I got people calling me out in my Twitter mentions like, yo, why don't you got your pitchfork out? Why aren't you, if you don't come out right now and say how much you don't fucking like this guy anymore, you're a piece of shit. I'm like, dude. I really don't want to get into it. I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to understand that I don't support talking to minors.
That's true, but at the same time, people want you to come out and say it publicly because right now it's public opinion. Dr. Disrespect is literally being lynched before our eyes through public opinion. He hasn't done anything wrong, but it teetered to inappropriate. So he's done something wrong. Something has been said or done wrong. Now, the fact that everybody, he's edited the tweet 3 times. So what? The nigga's trying to make sure he catches his words. I don't really care. But when you open your mouth and start saying something like this, as his friend, who that is his friend right here, that is his friend, you have to realize this nigga knows him. This nigga plays golf with him. This nigga chills with him. They got kids together. Like he's got a daughter, Dr. Respect has a son. So you gotta be real here. Come on.
I really don't bring drama into this stream very often, man. And I don't enjoy doing that. But for anybody to question how I feel about another man's decisions, if you really have to guess on how I feel about it, I don't think you really need to be in this stream, bro.
Niggas, I get that he doesn't like Dr. Disrespect's and how Dr. Disrespect is moving, what Dr. Disrespect said personally. And I agree with that. I don't like that shit either because I'm going to move a certain way about it. I'm going to move about it in any type of way. The fuck? Now, even though that was his boy, it's like, come on.
Point blank period. So, it's just crazy, brother. I don't know, man. It's crazy. I have no desire to be involved. Like, that's what I hate about the internet. It's like, bro, somebody else makes a terrible decision and it's like, yo, if you don't fucking talk about it, bro, you're just as bad. I'm like, what?
Yeah. It's because the internet wants bloodshed. They want opinions. They want shit said. They want that. Why? Because they feel like they're owed that. I feel you.
So we're going to move past that. If you're looking to get much out of me, it ain't going to happen. All in all, bro, I had a great 48 hours, gentlemen. You know me.
I'm like, listen, if Ned Shot here doesn't want to talk about it, it tells you something. Bro spoken about it, other videos him speaking about it, and Phase Adapts exposed for talking to what the fuck?
Here, just hit play on that clip. Yes, I was messaging a minor. Release the DMs? No, I don't have any DMs. Yes,
okay.
I was.
Okay, no, it's not.
What?
No, it's not. It's not. Listen, it's not. I gotta get ahead of this. It's not what it looks like. I promise you.
That's bad. Whoa.
It's not what it looks like.
What minor were you messaging?
I wasn't messaging a minor.
Why did you say that?
No, I was talking about Dr. Disrespect.
But you just said I was messaging a minor.
No.
And then when someone said to release the DMs, you said there are no DMs. Which means you deleted them.
It's just a really bad web of. So I literally look at.
That's really bad to say that out loud. Let's continue.
Bad thing to.
Asmongold. What does Asmongold say? Asmongold accidentally leaked his likes on stream and played it off in the most calm way possible. I believe it. Let's see.
To tweet out, but that's really about it. Let me see. I can pull up and let me see if I can find it. No, not
Whoa.
that. Let me see. Where the fuck was it? I saw. Let me see here.
Shout out to Asmongold. Funniest shit ever.
I gotta collab. Don't ever film me again.
Then I'll come to Dallas.
Why?
Still moving
Just do me
to
a favor,
Dallas, but
okay?
no, our whole team is moving to Dallas.
Don't ever film me again. Don't ever get me on there. Okay. Do you hear me? What? Don't ever. Hey.
This nigga is tall as shit. Dr. Disrespect, dude's tall, strong. Nigga could knock you the fuck out, personally.
What? All right, well, get away from me, man. Don't be on my thing.
Get out of my face. Get it out of my face.
All right, I'm coming over. Well, don't go back into it if you don't want to be in it. The guy doesn't want to collab with me. I wasn't even doing anything weird. I don't fucking know. It's fucking awful. Fuck that stupid wig wearing mullet fucking idiot. Who the fuck does he think he is? You're right, man. I've seen the fucking Trailer Park Boys. Whatever, dude.
I look like shit.
You probably are like shit.
Wants to know, after all these years, why was Dr. Disrespect banned?
Wow, I've never had that one. Whoa! Well, now that I'm on Mrs. Channel, let me tell you what really happened. Okay? So.
For those who don't know, this is the CEO of Twitch, Bill some shit.
There was an alien invasion. Okay, many people did not know about the alien invasion. Okay, and the aliens actually possessed Dr. Disrespect.
Oh.
Okay, and it actually took over the globe using Twitch.
With the Shungite.
Yes, okay, and so the only way we could save civilization, okay, was to take the action we did. Okay, so it was to save civilization.
This nigga said to save civilization. Dr. Disrespect on some bullshit. I fucking hate Ms. Kiff and I hate CEO of fucking Twitch. It's fucking stupid. Yeah, the 49ers. KSI. Twitch banned me. KSI. This makes me so sad, man. One of my inspirations talking to a minor inappropriately. I don't know, man. You have a wife and kids. Do better. For real. KSI saying do better is crazy, but I feel him. KSI being hurt. Kai Sinet. Last video I got to put out here.
God, my boy. Go take that break, bro.
Damn.
Hey, look, though. Hey, look. Hey, look, bro. Just go take that break, bro. Like,
damn.
You know, go reevaluate your whole life and shit. You know, damn.
Kai is crazy. Kai is wilding the fuck out right now. He unfollowed Dr. Disrespect, and Dr. Disrespect follows you. That's crazy. That's crazy. This man's headphones skyrocketed, though. That's crazier. That's crazier.
Why you unfollowed him? I don't know, chat. I gotta unfollow a lot of niggas. It's just a, bro.
Kai Sinet don't care. Kai Sinet don't care. All right. So at the end of this, I'm leaving on a picture of Dr. Disrespect. This is your boy Fat Man. Shout outs to YouTube, shout outs to Twitch. It's late as fuck and I'm streaming. Good morning. Honestly, Dr. Disrespect fucked up. There's nothing I can say about that. You fucked up. You get what you deserve, nigga. Personally, excuse me, I just farted. Personally, you just kind of fell down the pit. Man shouldn't have been talking to a minor. Maybe if it was cordial, respectful, but I feel like he was disrespectful, cursing and saying mad shit. But it turned inappropriate, and Twitch says he was sexting. So that's wild. I do believe he fucked up 100%. And the fact that he fucked up and dove deep into his persona shows you what type of person he is. And that is what it is. Now, is this like the whole Vic Mignogna situation? Personally, I don't think so. They're two different. At least Dr. Disrespect openly said something, openly opened his mouth and said the truth. With the whole Vic Mignogna situation, there's more speculation than actual truth, actual evidence, and actual everything else. Even though everything said with that is here, there, and back again. So, do I think Dr. Disrespect can come back from this? No. He's lost too fucking much. lost too fucking much. And he ain't getting that shit back. Unless tomorrow's a new fucking day. Something comes out about it. This is your boy. Thank you for watching. I appreciate y'all. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment, notify, and, you know, make sure we're trying to reach that 2 fucking K. And next goal is 250. 250 subscribers. 2,050 subscribers. 500 subscribers. Let's fucking go. Peace, and I'm out. Dr. Disrespect, you've been out here disrespectful, and you've been fucking up. You are canned, and you are in the trash until, you know, the internet says so. Proven guilty? Hey, man, fuck it. This is your boy. I'm going to link everything I've watched in the description below. You can watch all that without my commentary, read all that without my commentary. Peace, and I'm out. Let's get it.